roll.
What's poppin', y'all, man? Let's get this on the road. Let's get it. Mr. J Hill, I'm in the building.
Alexander Blanc is here.
Oh, and I saw Janae hit me like, you see what they saying in the comments?
She did.
And then you know Alex, like, you see what they saying in the comments? Yeah, y'all know Alex. So I guess I would say, what's like, you got low, mid, and high?
Uh-huh.
Midly anticipated. Janae music is here.
Wow.
Back by popular
mildly.
demand.
Mildly. Thank you. See? Mildly anticipated. I mean, cause like
Back by popular
there's a couple
demand.
people. No, what's like a mild,
Popular
a medium
demand.
popular? Some medium popular.
I don't know.
What?
It sounds like you hating, but it's okay.
I'm not hating. How am I hating?
I'm trying to think of like
Yo, so I'm sorry, y'all.
You better change the shot.
Nah. It's just like a little pet peeve of mine.
Is it a fan?
Nah. It's the mic.
What you want me to do?
Cause you know when she talking to us, it's what we on the other side.
Oh yeah.
All right, it's cool. We good. We can still
it?
see it. It's fine. I ain't gonna be in there today. But yeah, man, back by popular demand. Janae Music is in the building. A couple people like, oh my God, I like Janae Music on there. Yeah, shout out.
You
y'all.
asked.
Yeah, y'all asked.
answered.
We delivered, man. So the gang is here. 1% better. For everybody that support us, thank you so much. Make sure you make a donation at the bottom tab. Cash App, Zelle, and Apple Pay.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Apple Pay. Zelle, Cash App, and
We take Apple Pay too.
yeah, we do take it.
Right.
But it's Cash App, Zelle, and
Or Venmo? What's it?
no, PayPal.
PayPal. Oh,
PayPal.
yeah.
Yo, leave us a note in the description. We give you a shout out, and we might give Janae a percentage of that one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Yeah, send that to your friends.
yeah.
I'm a single mom.
Yeah, she's a single mom. I'm a single dad. Let's talk about it. Am I not a single dad?
Here we go.
Am I not a single?
Were you not? I could have sworn, like in y'all early episodes, it was something about leave some things to the girls, right?
That's a girl thing?
I mean,
Oh
no,
wow.
So
that's
being a single parent.
is a girl. Is a shit.
I'm
Okay.
just saying, like I said, I'm a single mom, and then he got a nigga following up. I'm a single dad.
I'm just saying, like, you're a single mom, you should donate. I'm a single dad, you should donate. Like, damn. Now that's a woman thing, huh? Being a single parent is
You can't.
I mean, statistically, mostly it is.
so
but
that
am
means
I-
it doesn't exist. Like
I
for
didn't say
men?
it doesn't
so even if
exist.
I'm a single and a dad, I can't be a single dad.
Well, okay. See, that's the thing. I think that we don't have like a clear definition on how what a single mom is. If that's the case, it's so many. Everybody is damn near everybody that's not married for real is a single parent, a single dad, and a single mom. Because realistically, niggas is single.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not married, you're single.
Yeah.
So if you got
No. I'm saying if you sing, like, come on, man. Yeah. But I'm saying,
But when we say single mom, we talk about not having like the assistance or the help of the other parent. We don't have a co-parent. You
Okay.
have a co-parent.
I do have a co-parent.
You do.
So when Drake
Girl, you
said
don't know my situation?
when Drake said he was
So
a
you
single
do.
dad,
You
don't
do.
know me.
You got a very present and great co-parent. So you all right.
You don't know that.
I'm on my business.
I'm single out this motherfucker. It's hard.
So when Drake said he was a single parent,
He said that?
yeah, you don't remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Drake said it before.
Yo, are
In the
y'all
interview.
hot?
I'm a summer baby.
I say, can we turn the fan off or no?
We can.
Because I don't know if it's hitting the mic either, so.
Oh yeah, can you press that?
But if
button
it get hot, we can just turn it back on. Yeah, but whatever. No, I think, well, yeah, I do have a good co-parent situation.
Yeah.
It's great, actually.
Most would ask for that.
For sure.
Yeah, like where you could at least speak. With
So
this.
when you tell me if you single and you a parent, but you not lacking the other parents,
I'ma
you
look
can't
it
call
up.
yourself a single parent.
I'm gonna look it up.
I feel like the definition is gonna be on my side. The definition might be on my side.
It is on your side, technically. I think it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, finally he can say I'm not right.
Oh my God.
That's
But
according to
from the
Google.
black
Why I gotta
way of
be
looking
black?
at
It ain't black. It's just
the woman perspective.
not.
From the woman perspective, if the other you only could be a single parent if the other parent is not present.
I'm
And
not
if-
saying you can only be a single parent. I'm just saying to be like claiming it like as like a thing.
No, you're right though.
He right.
It said a single parent is someone who is raising one or more children without a spouse or partner in the home.
Yeah, but we said it's gonna be on my side. But we talking about the black/woman definition.
You're not getting any support.
What?
It's not a black thing because white people also have single moms
Okay.
and single dads.
So, from your perspective, you're saying that you're only a single parent if the other parent isn't present at all.
Okay, no, I'm not saying you're only a single parent but I think that when people discuss being a single parent, they're not referring to just your dating status.
Okay.
Because the reality of it is like everybody that's not married is basically a single parent. Like just because you went through a divorce and then your kids go with their dad on this day and then they go with you on this day, you know, it's nothing to really, that's not the thing to like concern yourself about, because at the end of the day, like you have the support, you have the co-parenting situation.
What about, could it be like a halfway single parent? Because when I got my kid, I got help. That's different. But I feel like if I ain't had the help I have, like you, like I would, in the moments she's not with her mother, I got it by myself. I got to deal with this.
Yeah, but imagine you having your kid all the time.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said halfway.
You have nobody to pass the baton to.
Hey, listen, what I'm telling you right now, you ain't ever got to convince me of that because I understand it. I'd be like, shit, I don't know how the hell y'all do this 100% of the time. But that's why I said 50% of the time I am a single parent because I don't have her help. Like, yeah, I could ask.
Yeah.
So I guess that don't count because there's some people there who can't even.
Because realistically, like, I think y'all have a great, like I said, and this not my place. That's not this. But realistically, like, y'all are dependable people. Y'all can depend on each other.
Yeah. I think it's because, like, we got to talk about that. I think it's because, like, I don't know if we can talk about it. I was like, we got to talk about it.
But you know what's crazy? I just found an interesting stat. Did you know that, according to Pew Research, that 25 to 30% of children under the age of 18 live in a single parent home? I didn't know it was that.
You said 25 to 30%?
That little?
No, that's pretty high.
That's pretty high?
30%.
I don't think that's high compared to what I be seeing.
I know, compared to what I thought.
Yeah, I would think
22 million children in the U.S.
What about the black stats?
Well, I don't know about black, but one thing that it is it's 3 times as many women compared to men when it's head of these households. Though.
For sure.
So 3 times.
But you know what's crazy? No, let me say
that's a higher number than men than I thought. I thought it would be like maybe 5 times. Or
okay.
It's crazy that it's even anything times because technically the men are also single, but they don't count because I guess they're not present.
No, he's saying like
the
lead in the household.
Like,
head
of
leading the household.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but that makes sense. I mean, the woman had a baby, she stuck with her.
Nigga, what?
In the court system.
Yeah, like you had the baby, that's your baby. Like, ain't no woman about to leave her. Yeah.
I was gonna
Most
say,
women not gonna leave their children.
You saying statistically, generally, okay.
Yeah, like
I didn't know how you meant it. But you had the baby, you stuck with it, nigga.
I mean, I said that for fun.
But then also, you know,
but basically, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Courts also side with women too, so like they're positioned that way too to be head of households in a sense, in some capacity.
Say that again.
Court side.
Court sides with the mom, so that also has a factor in it.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'll be like, it's been times where I had Alani, and I'm like, damn, like, I don't know how single parents is it even a thing? Like, how can that even exist? That shit is hard. I'd be like, yo, imagine if I didn't even, and I have her 2-3 days out of the week. Well, nah. I have her 2-3 days on, 2-3 days off.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even those 2-3 days, I'm like, it's tough sometimes. So imagine just having your child forever. And now let's paint a picture though. Now, I ain't even talking about it being tough, like them having their little tantrums, kids being kids, right? Because that get hard. And that get hard. On top of that, when we talk about like women getting lost in motherhood, right? Just trying to find somebody to babysit when you trying to do something. Trying to chase your dreams, right? So like, I don't know. I empathize with women because I see it from a different perspective and a different lens. Like, I'm fortunate enough and I'm blessed to have like help for sure. Mm-hmm. So like, I be like, yo, it'd be times where I might need somebody to watch, or even Janae to watch my daughter. And I'm like, yo, imagine if I didn't have this. Mm-hmm. I'll be shit out of luck for these 2-3 days. Or even if I didn't have a babysitter, because we got one babysitter, right? But sometimes she might be busy. Man, I don't know how. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for sure, man. Shout out to
Appreciate the shout out.
No, for sure. I mean, it's not by design, bro. Like, you need that support, bro.
Oh, what you mean not by design?
Like,
he was saying,
you're
like,
supposed to have that
kids,
support.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
like,
okay,
it's not supposed to be a single family home, but circumstances change.
I be telling people, make it work.
But if you can, advocate for it, making it work.
All right, jokes aside, right? I don't know how much I can or cannot say. No. I was about to say. We cut it out. What I was saying, far as
Can
why
we
it
talk
works.
about it?
So yeah, you can either make it work or like just both be good people that want to be a good parent, right? Like I think our situation worked because we don't really rock with each other like that, right? So it's as crazy as it may sound, it's like we don't do all the extra talking or communicating. It's like we keep that to a minimum, if I'm being real, right? So it's like strictly about our kid. So I think, again, I don't want to make it sound crazy, but that's what make the co-parenting relationship works, because it's like we ain't really all of the extra talking and I forgot what they call it, like conversations. We ain't
Small
have
talk.
small talk. We don't have that. It'd be like, boom, this day, yo, I got to do something this day. Boom, all right, I got to do something this day. It's super simple. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, I think that's what make it work, to be honest. So I feel like if we could treat our kids in the times where it doesn't work out, if we could treat those relationships like work relationships, it work way better. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, I don't know.
Nah, actually, I don't think it
Very
sounds
mature,
crazy.
actually.
I'm about to say, from my experience, I've experienced the opposite, right? And what you basically saying is like keep the emotions towards each other out of it, because it's really irrelevant.
Yeah.
And I think I'm about to say, because I've had experience where I've been told on different occasions that like, if we're not gonna be together, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
What?
This ain't got nothing to do with us. So how you gonna say you don't want to do this? You don't want to be a parent because we not together? Like, well, I guess you won't be a parent then, because I'm not getting back with you. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I do think that's the craziest thing. Like, I've heard that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely heard that a lot. Like, they don't want to do that if, and again, not trying to judge nobody, but you know, my stance with my oldest, right? Like, it wasn't more so I didn't want to do this because I didn't want to do it with you, right? It was just more so I didn't want to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The mother.
Yeah, it's like, bro, if this ain't gonna work, then you can't get the benefits of us being together. It wasn't really oh, if I can't be with you, then I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Even that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't understand if you can't be with the woman you don't want to.
And then sometimes it's not even that. Well, I also heard another thing I got was like, oh, I realized why I struggle in this regard because I'm still in love with you.
Struggle in what regard?
Like showing up or being present. Like it's hard to have a relationship with you when I, you know, or I guess maintain a relationship with my kid when I got to deal with you in the same breath. And it's like, I'm not dealing with you in the capacity that I want to. So I'm struggling with remaining, you know, present in this space. Like I try to be present and I might make the attempt and I show up. But then when I show up and I see you, I'm heartbroken again, or, you know, maybe that's what it is. That extra part that I just said was extra. That wasn't the words. Because I'm not going to lie. I ended the conversation and said, shut up.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but I understand.
I do understand, but that's still tough because at the end of the day, the person that feels the brunt of that is the kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like I said, it's very mature that y'all are able to have that conversation because at the end of the day, y'all are able to prioritize what the focus is. Yeah, it's like even if we can't see eye to eye, the focus is the child.
But also, I'm being funny, but I'm not being funny. A part of it is ego. A part of it is ego, bro.
All right.
Like
I don't know where he's going with this.
I'm just saying, like, bro,
right.
like you're not about to outparent me. Not like that, but like I'm a good parent. You feel me? And I'm gonna always be a great parent. It is what it is. And I feel like I can't say this for her, but it's like, think about it. Why we do 2 days and 2 days on and off, in my perspective, right? It's some egotistical shit.
You think
like,
so?
Yeah, it's like, no, you're not about to, like, I want my kid, she want her, like, we both want the same time. So it's like, think about it. Usually, like, week on, week off, I'm not seeing my kid that long. I'm not going without seeing my kid that long. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I need to see my kid every fucking day. So because I can't see my kid every day, all right, I'll do it 2 days.
I think that you saying ego, but realistically,
y'all love y'all kids.
I'm about to say y'all both
really
are
just love
obsessed.
y'all kids.
And I think because even when I've seen on her side, she would be like, I miss my baby.
Yeah.
And then even with you, like literally you drop her off and then that night you be like, I miss my daughter. And I'll be like, y'all are obsessed.
Yeah, like I be wanting to see my daughter, but I need my daughter. So it's like, but you know, like I think in I don't know, like a well-organized scheme, it should be like 1 week on, 1 week off. No, I'm not going for that. I'm not
necessarily. I think that would be like proximity based, right? Mm-hmm. Because y'all in close proximity, it works out that way. Like if y'all were in different like counties, there was like an hour or two drive and things of that nature. And then right now she's young. It's easy right now because she's young. Like once you start going to school and things of that nature, then it might be different situations and y'all would have to revisit a conversation from a proximity standpoint. But right now she's 2.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely blessed. And I think we do both understand that the child needs their prospective parent. Like, I know that she need her mother. Like, to be honest, like, bro, as much as I want to agree to this or whatever, like, she probably need her mother more than she need me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's about to be she want to be a young lady. I can't teach her about how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? I can discipline her.
Somebody said it. Thank you.
What?
Can't teach her how to be a woman.
Yeah,
bro.
no, I'm not trying to.
Anyways, go
Now,
ahead.
what I would, like, that ain't my place. Like, I don't even try to, like, teach her how to be a woman, but I'll teach her respect, like, discipline. Like, that's why I cut in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to definitely teach you discipline. I'm going to definitely teach you respect. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I'm not saying she can't teach her that, but I'm not trying to teach her how to be a woman. Like, that ain't my job. Like, I don't even care to do that.
I heard someone one time, they're like, moms teach young girls to be women. Men teach their daughters to be ladies. So like that upstanding, that morals and the principles and things of that nature, that self-respect, that fathers instilled that, where like the etiquette and the pathway to being a woman, the moms teach them that, in particular to young daughters. So I don't know. That's how I heard it one time before.
You looking at me for?
I don't know if you ever heard it that way.
I've never heard of that, but I feel like there's value in both because for me, I was raised under my dad. Like my dad brought me up a lot. Like but also I think that the reason why I was different, like my mom and my dad, when they were married, they had all girls. At that time, my father only had daughters, and my dad was like, I need a son. And my mother, when she got pregnant with me, she was like, I did not want to have you. Like I was like, he forced me to have you. And she was like, and I told him, this is it. If it ain't a boy, you're done. And he was just like, well, I'm going to raise her as my son then. So for me, I feel like, I was kind of raised like a boy a little bit. But I think, the things that I got from both of my parents were different. My dad did teach me to be ladylike, I guess, but it's more so, I think, when it comes to people of the opposite sex, I feel like you can teach your child how to be what you would want in a person or in a mate. And then I feel like when it comes to of the same sex, you teach your child to be how you are. So I think that there's something in both.
Yo, no, that's a fact, bro. Because I do think that
that's really good.
Bear with me, y'all. I do think
some women
I think some women teach their daughters to like almost resent men because that's what they did, right? So like even what you're saying, like me, I'm gonna teach my woman. I'm gonna teach my daughter how to like be a woman that I would like, right? So in respect or in return, I think she would be a good woman to like a man, right? Like cook, clean, things like that, right? Whereas though her mother might not teach her that. Not saying her mother.
Your own children.
Yeah, I'm speaking
in general.
Yeah, in general. Whereas though the mother of the child might teach him, you never need a nigga for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever depend on a man. And that's respectable, understandable. But it's like, now she grows up and like, almost like standoffish to men, right? Whereas I'm not going to teach you like depend on a man. I'm going to always teach you how to depend on yourself, but also be a woman to a man, if that makes sense, right? Like, so I definitely understand that. And I know that's like a slippery slope, crazy conversation.
But that's why both parents are necessary because it creates a balance.
Yeah.
Because I think that what people forget in life is about balance. Like you can't have good without the bad, bad without the good, right? Yeah. And so with that, there's a disconnect of when the father isn't in the home, you're only going to get one side of it. Yeah. When the mom isn't in the home, you're only going to get one side of it. So having that balance, which is good that y'all, the amount of days that y'all are able to do, because the reality of it is, if you go a week one way, children need consistency and stability. If you go a week one way and it's like, okay, I'm used to this, then I got to learn. You just learn the code switch. Now when I go over here, I'm this way.
Yeah.
And granted, when you grow up, you learn to have both. But then you got to figure out the settings as opposed to doing both consistently at the same time, I guess, kind of.
Like I can get away with this here. I can get away with this.
Not even that, but that's why parents got to be on the same page. Not even just with get away, but just values and how you live. So like if I do, it's kind of like in school, right? Y'all know like they do A-Day, B-Day, and it alternates so quickly. Yep. But it's like, I'm learning this today, I'm learning this tomorrow. I'm learning this today, I'm learning this tomorrow. But it keeps it fresh, it keeps it consistent, it keeps it steady. If you did a week of A-Days and then a week of B-Days, by the time you come back to the week of A-Days, you're starting over all over again.
Yeah.
And it's like reiterating the same thing. You drop, you miss it, So I think like how y'all do it in terms of y'all consistency, it might really be beneficial. But
you might could teach a class. All day, bro. All these entrepreneurs and shit with all these classes, we fucking around now. I'm about to teach a class now.
Co-parenting 101.
I don't know. $7.99. Buy my ebook. Co-parenting 101. Let's get into this podcast, man. What's popping, y'all? 1% Better Show.
How was your week?
How was my week?
Yeah,
my
we
week
always
was
start
pretty,
with everybody else.
Yeah, my week was pretty good, bro. Damn, what did I do this week? I did the podcast summit. Is that where we started at?
You
podcast?
did a few episodes.
That's where you ended.
Oh yeah, we did the episode with Dreezy. Oh, this one I ain't tell you.
Okay.
Cause y'all know Alex love this shit, boy. Y'all gonna see it a lot, yeah.
She cried?
How you know? Oh wow. Janae did was it you the gator girl, the Keita Rose?
The bounty, yeah.
Y'all in these damn paper towels.
I already knew
bro.
it. As soon as I saw that, I said, she was crying.
When Janae did it, I was thrown off. I'm like, you know better. You get this girl a paper towel when she cry.
I just be trying to grab what I can
would say
find.
there's nothing else down here.
Go get some tissue. Like, y'all get a paper towel. That shit is hard as hell.
You gotta go run to get tissue, then run it back. She done crying by then. The tears and the makeup is already down her shirt. Like,
no, but she was funny as hell. She was like, "Ooh, is this bouncy?"
Like, this nigga got her a damn paper towel. I'm like, this guy. And I'm just in the middle of it like.
Paper towel is better actually because from a woman's standpoint, because tissue is it's thinner and it breaks. Okay. So imagine dabbing your face and now you got tissue pieces on your face. So you did good, Alex.
Hey man,
y'all did it good. Okay. So I did the interview with Dreezy. That was cool.
Okay.
The Rick Ross pool party, was that?
That was the week before.
We already talked about that?
No, we didn't.
Rick Ross pool party. I don't know what happened with that, but you know. Shout out to Rick Ross in the pool party. We had the Dreezy interview. The podcast summit was dope. Bro, yo, we really gotta just embrace what we good at, bro.
Okay.
Cause just even being at the podcast summit, like I did the interview, and you know, like, I'm trying to get out of this, like, just being looked at as an interviewer, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like, sometimes you just gotta embrace it. Cause getting off the stage, everybody like, yo, oh my God, you asked the good questions. And in my perspective, I'm like, huh? Like, I'm just asking a damn question. Like, it ain't that big of a deal to me, right? But it's like, sometimes you just gotta embrace our talents and really like hone in on that and really get better at that, because that can differentiate you from everybody else instead of trying to like go the route of what everybody was doing. Like, sometimes we just gotta embrace what we good at and then, like, you know, lock in on that.
Yeah, and it's can be a foundational aspect to build something bigger, right? Because like when you look at the people like David Letterman or like Arsenio Hall or like Oprah Winfrey, like those were the foundation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They mastered their craft, and then from that foundation, they got the prominence to be able to venture out and do different things. Yeah. So this might be where you are right now, but you can always have in the back of your mind, like, if I can have everything that I want, this is the direction that I'm going. But I'm gonna play this game because this is what I'm good at right now. Geminis, though, they want what they want. Because you know who you remind me of right now?
What remind you of?
Kanye West. Nigga said, I'm going to be a rapper. Nigga said, I'm great at producing, but I'm going to be a rapper.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I just, I think in the space, like the people you named, they all had jobs. Right? They all work for networks. Right? Journalism background, things of that such. Whereas though podcasts, like, you got to do something to stand out. You got to do something to stand out. And I feel like asking questions, if I don't have the right person in front of me, nobody will be able to see that skill. Like, think about it. On the podcast summit, I'm on display to show you my skills. But for the most part, I got to do everything to get these interviews who people think are worth listening to, right? And if I don't have that, then I could ask the great questions all I want to people nobody give a fuck about. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I think that's the frustrating part, or that's why I'm trying to like continue to get better and do other things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you always deliver with those interviews. Well, all interviews, to be honest. But
I appreciate it.
I think it's also just like you said, when you given that stage, you deliver. Yeah. So every time that you get an opportunity to speak on a stage, whether it's InvestFest that's coming down the line or whatever other summit. But I think that's different, right? When you look at it from it's like watching a taped event, right? It's pre-recorded. It hits different than when you see the mastercraft in person. It's like watching a live basketball game. Yeah. You can watch the reruns, but it's different, or watching it on TV is different from when you're in the arena and you're sitting there watching it live. Yeah. So I think a lot of people, it's like, oh, okay, it's probably easier, this, that, and the third. But when they really sit up there and they watch you, you're not really reading no notes or something like that. You're engaged in the conversation. They see your poise. They see the delivery of the questions, your inflection points. All of those things matter. And people don't really think about that from like a production standpoint, from looking at an interviewer. They're just looking at the guests and like the responses, but they don't understand what it really takes to craft. Okay, you see these clips and you're taking what you perceive about me from a 30-second clip, not really able to recognize that it was a 5-minute conversation.
To get to that.
You know what I'm saying? To get to that point.
Yeah.
So to be able to see it, especially the audience, pay attention to that. These are podcast people. So they're coming here to learn about podcasts. So they're already students of the game. So now they're seeing it in person. It's like, oh, no, this nigga's different.
Yeah, that's what, even with like Janae had made a point. She was like, I guess something about the follow-up or something like that. And like, to me, I don't know, it's so natural because it's like, I care. Like you say something, okay, so what else? You know what I'm saying? Like that, it just, to me, it's natural. But I guess like more and more I see how unnatural or how much of a skill it actually is. And I don't know, but yeah, that was good. Janae was there. She was playing cameraman.
You were?
I was. But you know, he was just talking about doing stuff you good at.
Janae is really a
mean?
Sweetheart, by the way.
I'm not good at it.
She's a sweetheart.
Good, shit.
She is really a sweetheart. I really appreciate you. Janae knows every time you do an interview, I record a video to post on social media. Every time I'm not here,
attention to detail, man.
Janae sends me a video, bruh. I really appreciate that. I just want to let you know that. I thought about that. I was like, yo, that was dope.
Thank you.
So, podcast summit.
What's your biggest takeaway?
I'm that nigga.
Pretty much.
That's what you think of me, bro? Like,
I'm just messing with you. That should be your biggest takeaway.
You think so?
Poke your chest out.
Then that should be my biggest takeaway.
Ain't gonna lie, I saw a couple people posted them on my. I was
Listen,
tapping
I'm
through.
gonna
I was
say
like, they were stopping and asking
they was
for
loving
pictures.
Jay. Like,
what?
Talk your shit. Poke your chest out. Yeah, you was fire. I think not just you spoke on the last day and your interview was great. And like you said, I spoke on like just the follow-up questions and even just like your flow and like the transition of it. Like you said, you don't necessarily see it as a skill because it's like you just been doing it for so long. But you also got to think about like people personalities. Like some people are reserved. Some people are using this as a way to get out of their norm. I can look at you and learn from you and take from you. Even if I don't have a conversation with you, watching you, I'm now seeing you. Like Alex said, I feel like you was talking that shit. Like you could watch the highlights of the game, but it's different when you sitting there and you like, damn, that shit was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just a different feeling seeing it. And like, I get to see it, you know, behind the scenes and stuff like that. So like, even me, I'm like watching, like when we talked about it, like even if me doing a podcast, I don't feel like I'm necessarily an interviewer, but I am a conversationalist. But I feel like you do both. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was cool. And I felt like people were coming up to you. Everybody wanted to talk to you, take a picture. People were asking you to interview with them. Like, I'm like, yeah, like you there.
Yeah, no, I think my biggest takeaway, if we talk about like not necessarily me being that nigga, but me being okay with who I am. Right? Like it's so many times where you get caught up in these instances where you want to fit in. And we talk about that a lot, right? Because you hear people criticize about how you do things and what you do, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, maybe I should do it differently. And you second guess yourself. And on this stage, not really podcast something because like shout out to David Shans, he always gave me like opportunities. But when I see myself on like Invest Fest, right? Like I remember being in Invest Fest telling my peers like, yo, I'm not coming back here until I'm on here, right? And I'm okay with if it takes some time. And niggas like, bro, you can't think like that. You can't think like that. And sometimes I get to second guess myself like, man, maybe I shouldn't think like this, right? Maybe I should keep doing or keep coming just to network and things like that. But I know what I want. So like when I'm at Podcast Summit and I see that I got here being me, right? Even like how Troy and Rashad were talking to me. I think Janae said it like, you look like you belong there. Like even how they react to me. Like I didn't get here trying to maneuver and like, you know, infiltrate or like finagle my way in. I got in here being exactly who I am, the way I wanted to do it. And so many people look at that like you shouldn't do that. But that's why, and not to get sidetracked, I'm not going on a tangent, but that's why when I talk to people and I show y'all messages and shit and people don't get it, I don't fuck with it because it's like, bro, sit on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can be cool, but I don't fuck with that because like, yo, I know what I'm doing and I'm not trying to be arrogant, but if it takes me longer, I'm okay with that and allow me to be okay with that. I'm not trying to be no dickhead. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm not trying to not listen. But bro, think about it. I'm in Atlanta. When what they be saying about, yo, you should be bigger than this, they be saying that in Baltimore. Then I moved to Atlanta. Now, people in Baltimore are like, oh my God. So it's like, bro, clearly what I'm doing is working with the work because I'm working. It ain't like I'm just saying this and I'm not doing that. I'm putting the work behind it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like when people don't see the vision, it can get frustrating at times because it's like, bro, or not just regular people I'm close to because it's like, yo, you don't get it? Cool. Just don't, let's not talk about that. Like, let's not even talk about that at all. Let's talk about something else. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Like,
nah, bro, you just stir me up because You ever heard the saying about like a water bottle in different areas, like how much a water bottle costs?
Yep.
So it's like a water bottle in the store
And the club
is
is
$1, and the club is $5, and a game it could be $10 or something in that capacity. So like your value isn't contingent upon like you changing yourself. It's who's around you and things of that nature. But you also have to be able to see it within yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you were just talking, it made me think of E.T. Because I was reading his book You versus You, and he was kind of breaking down exactly what you were talking about. Because there was a point in time where he was like, he turned down a deal for $10K, and he literally said it. He was like, because his business partner was like, "Yeah, bro, like it's a conference. They're on board for you." This is right when he first started, but they were like, "But you got to you got to dress up."
Yeah, well,
And ET was like, "Nah, bro." Like he turned down the bread, and he was just like, "If I can't do it comfortably," he's like, "What they don't understand is that the aesthetic helps with me being comfortable, which helps with the delivery of the product." So like if I have to change who I am, then at the end of the day, the product isn't going to be the same way, because now I'm going to be thinking about the fact that I had to change who I was to deliver this or to fit into this space. But as a result, he stayed consistent, and now you see him on every platform, black shirt, sweatpants, and some J's, you know what I'm saying? So exactly what you were talking about, I think it's just making people a believer. Kai is a great example of that from a young standpoint, because they said the same thing about him. He's too loud. Why is he yelling at the BET Awards? Why are you doing this, that, and the third? Not recognizing that it's because he has that energy that is actually revitalizing the brand. And you have more people that are watching the BET Awards this year because you have people like that are comfortable being themselves. So I think that's what sets people apart, to be honest.
Yeah, that was definitely my biggest takeaway, man. Just be okay with you. Be okay in your skin. But enough about me. How was y'all week, man? How was
Oh, me? My week is good. I did all the things you said you did. I was just tagging along for the ride.
Danae was a trooper.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was just trooper.
You know, I'm an assistant.
I love that for you.
You know, I show up when needed.
You're more than an assistant, though.
Well, thank you. I said I'm an assistant. I mean, that's one of the things, you know? And yeah, I don't know. Went on a couple dates.
You try to skate past that, like, how
like,
was the dates?
nigga, I
on a couple dates, okay.
I didn't
now,
skate past
next.
it. I just landed on it. That was the end of the week.
What's going on?
Talk us about the dates, man. What was the dates like? Yeah,
Look at her.
And you got some cutties?
Oh, my God.
No, I did not. Relax.
yeah.
Smiling
see?
like from ear to ear.
She got
Somebody
blush
rocking
on.
out
She got
in the
the
boots, like, damn.
She got her.
That's
you
crazy.
just
Relax.
came back from a date?
Huh?
You caked up.
What you just say?
everything.
What you just say?
You just came back from a date.
Alex,
Damn.
get a grip.
Shit. So
First
tell us
of
about the
all-
dates. How many dates you went on? You said a couple? Just two? You said a couple dates. You said it. So you said it. What's a couple? Like, you know, we use words interchangeably so often. So was it one date and it was multiple dates? Was it one day with multiple dates, or was it multiple days with multiple dates? Like, you know?
You're just saying a whole lot of the same thing.
Not really, because one day you
Nah,
can
I
go
know.
one day with
Mine
one
was get
guy,
a
you can
grip.
go on multiple dates.
Mine was
grip.
get a grip.
One day you can go on multiple dates with one guy.
Multiple dates with one guy in one day? Or you
Yeah.
saying multiple days with...
You can go on one day, multiple dates with one guy, or you can go multiple days, multiple dates with different guys, or shit, you can go one day with multiple guys on different dates. So which one was with you?
I went on... I went on multiple dates with multiple guys on multiple days.
Shit. Damn.
Podcast over.
God, okay. Where you find these guys, Hinge?
You know,
Hey,
you know I don't do dating apps.
Facebook Marketplace?
I leave that to the J Hills of the world.
Oh, wow. You find them on Facebook Marketplace? Like, what do you
I don't
find?
even be on Facebook like that.
that niggas on one today.
Well, where you find them at?
I met them in person. I didn't find them. They
So how
found
was
me
the date?
because
Where
he who
did y'all
finds a
go?
wife finds a good thing.
Where y'all go?
Oh, you quoting Bible now?
I'm quoting Bible. I need to get to church though.
Cause
Then
you
you in my business. Why we gotta tell you where I went?
was it good? It was good. It had to be good because it smiled from ear to
I'm
ear.
telling you, the
God
smile was
damn.
hard.
I'm smiling because y'all are funny.
She ain't trying to. That's
She
cool.
ain't
She
trying to-
uncomfortable.
No,
Let
I'm
me
not uncomfortable. No,
I don't
Jay,
want
don't
to
do
make it an
that.
uncomfortable workspace.
They watch
Don't do-
podcasts.
Don't do that. You know I'm a real nigga. You know I don't give a fuck. Nah, they was good. I went out to eat. Most of them I went out to
So
eat.
are you going to go on a date again with both of them, or?
There was two people.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It was 3.
3. You going to go on a date with all 3 of them again?
I am.
Do you think you can manage the date all 3? And what if they all show up, like, and they all, you know, they show up as they continue to show up and it's good? You just...
I'm gonna be stressed. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. It's already stressful. I feel like managing the time in itself is already stressful. Finding the time to want to talk to people is stressful in itself. I just said, I was like, I'm not a good dater. Like, I'm great in relationships because one-on-one, when I'm locked in, I got you, baby.
So you're not a roster type person? I'm not a roster person.
Well, so this is the thing. I know I can have a roster, but it doesn't last long. It's literally like, it'll probably last maximum like 2 weeks. And then after that, it's like, I like this one.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
I know, but you talking about they all showing up and it's like, I like all of them. I'm like.
Now, would you be okay with being in an open relationship?
Huh?
It depends on the details of the relationship, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, I'm not anti-open relationships. It's just the way that it serves and benefits you, it also has to serve and benefit me. And it's not going to look the same. Like, your needs and wants aren't going to be the same as my needs and wants.
I feel like people look at open relationship as just some freak nasty shit.
What was the context of that question?
Because
I'm seeing multiple people. So
Yeah,
he's saying,
like,
seeing multiple people.
Now it's working in her favor. So if they all good, right? Would you be open?
Oh, I'm not going to date all of them. I'm not going to be like, this my boyfriend, I'm not boyfriend number 2 in it. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I don't want to, nah.
Let me tell you, something did happen. So, bro, I ain't going to tell y'all who. Somebody that I used to deal with came in town for a date. And she ain't like the date. So she hit me up after.
Oh, that was...
What?
That's a follow-up?
Yeah.
The audacity!
Wait, what you talking about?
I know what you talking about.
Who?
Back home.
You
Which
just
one?
said came in town. Now you obvious.
Yeah,
Y'all
which
is just putting it out there.
We
He
have the
said
same
he
sign.
knows. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, so yeah. So somebody I used to deal with came in town to go on a date.
The audacity of her.
She ain't like him. So she hit me up. And y'all know the realest of the realest niggas, bro. You can't just do me like that.
Wait, whoa. Hold the fuck up. Break that down one more time.
I went out sad.
Okay. They came in town for a date with you?
No.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she came in town for a date with somebody. But all right. In fairness, she came in town before we went out, grabbed some food or whatever, and she would tell me about the guy.
Uh-huh.
All right, so all fairness. So and I guess I gotta say this. When we went out, she was like, yeah, I guess we can go out as friends. Whatever that means. But okay, cool. Cause we ain't never gonna be homies. But whatever, cool. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat.
Uh-huh.
So she did tell me about a guy that she met that lives in Atlanta, right? So she came out here to go on a date with him. I guess she ain't like him. And she hit me. And I'm like, I guess, like, cool. I guess, but I was working. I was at the podcast summit, so it ain't really registered to me. So she here. So I'm like, I'm here. Like, I'm at the podcast. Some of you can pull up here. Like, I'm working. I'm kind of busy. Until I was done, I seen she was like, well, I'm going to just meet you. And then it all came down. I'm like, you about to meet me? Shit, I got Janae, I got to get her son. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, wait, you not about to just hit me up after your date is a fail to fuck with me. I'm like, now I'm a simp. That's what y'all see me as. Janae talking about something.
So what'd you do though?
No, we did something chill though. We went to your house because I wanted to see the game anyway.
Oh, you linked with her though?
Yeah.
You're a respectable guy.
Nah, because Janae was on some boys. She was like, she ain't feel safe. He invited her over, so she hit you. She not supposed to hit you up if she don't feel safe. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Because they friends. Y'all friends. If we friends and you care about me.
We ain't friends like that. I keep telling y'all.
According to her, you are. She acted accordingly. Maybe in your head. But she let it be known that we just friends.
No, we ain't just friends.
We friends though. Nah, that's crazy.
To you.
Yeah, all right.
That's crazy. This after the summit?
Yeah, this is right after the summit. After day 2.
After you done
It's
delivered.
him getting real specific on the dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's a very telltale.
Ain't nobody gonna know. I mean, she'll know if she see it, but she probably ain't watching this shit. But if she do, then hey, shout out to you.
Twin. In the cut with my twin, we be vibing.
Y'all niggas I know it.
Right. Alex, how was your week, bro?
It was good, bro. I'm tired.
What you tired from? You ain't do shit.
We did a lot this weekend.
What you do?
The Dag Games, I was telling you.
Yeah, tell me about it then.
Nah, bro. So I went back home.
Trying to pull it out, you pause.
Wow.
Nigga said
he was cocked in and now
they
got pull it out.
Yo, it's disgusting.
This nigga's sick.
All right, go
You're
ahead,
not
bro.
beating that.
So how was the week, bro? Come on,
It was great, bro. I went back home for an original content competition for my job called the Dag Games, bro. It was dope, but niggas was working. I ain't gonna lie to you. I went back home from Wednesday afternoon to last night at 9. Niggas was working, so it was good. Essentially, what it is a competition series for fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas from all around the DMV showed up. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that my CEO thought of in January. Felt like God gave him a vision, and he literally executed that joint, bro. Now here's the thing. Here's where you got a proximity to greatness sometimes, bro. And you got to be able to see it. Because when he first told us this, we were like, this nigga's crazy. This nigga's crazy. I think I called him at least 50 times, and I was like, this nigga's tripping. And he was like, bro, you just got to do, he was like, you just got to get it done, bro. You just got to get it done. And I was boo-hooing. I was upset until Tuesday. And I looked at all the work that I had done. It wasn't perfect, but like to see like, okay, like I executed the work. I did everything that you asked for. And here we are, game day. And you have 200 plus people that showed up for a content series that you thought of 8 months ago. And they're there. And it just made me think of like visionaries and why you have to be able to be like, they talk about like the most successful people have to have a little bit of a level of delusion in a sense, because you have to be rooted in like, I'm not shifting from this vision that I have. And the thing that I think with him, I think I could confidently share this, is he even said like, I have been delaying this because I'm anxious. And I think that just spoke to me, to like his resolve, because to be vulnerable enough to say like, yo, I'm not even comfortable with this. Like I'm taking a leap of faith with this. I don't even feel as strong as this, but I'm gonna do it. And he's like, I'd rather do it and fail and say that I tried than not do it at all. And then that thought is just lingering in my mind. And it just made me think about myself. Like how many times have I gotten to that place and I'm like, nah. And how many other people were there? So to be able to see him execute, I know he was crying yesterday when he got home, because literally I would have been too. Because to see that many people, there was a dude that showed up. He was like, yeah, bro, my baby mother sent this to me. And he was like, I hadn't talked to her in a little while. And she sent this to me and we had a conversation from it. There was another young man that was like, bro, we needed stuff like this. He was like, I don't have a strong relationship with my father, but like, I wish he had things like this so that he can understand the importance of fatherhood. So when you see that camaraderie and you're a part of that vision, you're a part of that project, it's like, nah, shout out to that. But again, the visionary behind it. Now, granted, you know, we still don't see eye to eye with certain things, but it was like, it's a level of respect to recognize. And I texted him that. And I was like, yo, on the side, I was like, yo, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I was critical, but you challenged me in a way that I didn't even think. And I did things that I didn't even think I was capable of from like an editing standpoint. Is it perfect? No, but I tried it. So that was how the weekend went. I'm exhausted. Like I said, niggas was loading boxes. Like it was 7 of us and we had to flip that whole arena around by ourselves, but we did it. And I'm here now. Flew back this morning, 6 a.m. Now we're recording.
Shout out to Alex, man. Come on, man. Give Alex some love, man.
On the real niggas walk up in a building.
Shout out to Alex, man.
Shout out to y'all. We had a great week.
We did have a good week, bro. We didn't talk about, we just, like you said, you just got here, we record. What are we talking about today?
You know, a lot. So I've been having this conversation with myself recently. And I've been having these spontaneous thoughts.
Y'all seeing the
production
of the podcast in real time, just let y'all know.
So the topic in the top of my mind was the pruning of adulthood. We talk about pruning process, right? It's kind of like I was thinking biblically, where it's like Jesus is pruning the fig leaf, and he's like removing the dead leaves so that it could sustain the livelihood of the actual tree. And I was just thinking about like what we have to shed as we mature into adulthood, stepping into 30, and having that conversation of things that I had to let go of to get to the stage. And I was listening to a sermon actually, and it was talking about how some people have a conversation about seasons when they're really in cycles. And it was like, sometimes you think that you're in a season, but really you're stuck in a cycle because you don't let go of the thing that keeps you there. So I was just kind of wanted to have that conversation of how do we break these cycles, or how do we first identify that we're a season versus a cycle? And then also, like, how do you break those cycles, or how have y'all broken those cycles in adulthood?
I don't think you break this shit. I don't think you break them.
For real? In your own experience, you don't think that you've broken cycles?
No, I don't think that's a cycle of mine. I might have broke a generational cycle, but that's not my cycle. Like, we are all individuals. So yeah, my mom's might have came from the streets and things like that. But even though I think about it, her mother didn't. Right? She was the black sheep of her family. And yeah, I might be the black sheep of my family per se, but I mean, I don't look at it as my cycle. That's just the path I took, right? But when I think about cycles and having to shed or prune the fig leaf tree so I can continue to grow, I feel like it's still things that I do to this day that I did when I was 18, but in a different way, right? Like, I don't know, I'm very much still outspoken. I probably just choose the way in which I'm outspoken. I'm still very much a strong-headed or strong-headed. I just choose my battles differently. I feel like, but it's still things that to this day I go through and I'm like, damn, man, I ain't learned my lesson yet. Think about it, like my relationship-wise.
Okay.
My last relationship was a little bit similar to the one before that, right? And it's like, damn, bro, when you gonna learn? And yeah, we can learn, but you still gotta go through them. And it's still like who you are. We talk about when you allow things to change you for the worse, you letting the devil win. Mm-hmm. Some things are just naturally who we are. And I look at like men and women. Think about it like this. From my last experience, when I be having conversations with like men and they talk about their wives, it'd be the same issue that I'm having with my girl for the most part, right? Or if you talk about like universally, you hear men talk about women, what it be? I don't feel appreciated. I wish she wouldn't nag all the time. It's literally the same thing. You hear woman, universal. Nigga, I don't know if he lazy or he might not clean up or he don't give me affirmation like I needed. You know what I'm saying? It's universal. So like when I say I don't think it's none, yeah, we can break generational curses and things like that. But when it comes to these cycles, I think we are who we are, and we always gonna have this like life cycle of our life. Even though if it gets better, it's still gonna show up in a similar way in the long run. If that makes sense. Makes sense.
I think from what it sounds like you're saying is more so about like characteristics of a person. Like, this is who I am and this is how I am. But when you talk about like cycles and seasons, I think when people think of like a season, it's like, I'm in a season of growth. I'm in a season of struggle. So it's like a time frame that you feel like you're dealing with something and you just feel like, how do I get out of this? Or how do I grow from this? Or how do I get better at this? And so I think the pruning and the shedding looks something like, okay, I'll give you an example for myself. Like, I felt like I was in a season, like relationship-wise, right? Where I'm like, I'm struggling. Like, I'm not connecting with people. I don't like nobody. Like, you know, and I find myself continuously going back to the same person that, you know, it's like, it didn't work the first time. It didn't work the second time. But it's like, I feel this is the only person that I have feelings for. Like, I feel for this person. This is who I'm connected to. This is who I want to be with. They not doing what I need them to do. You know, they not showing up for me in the way I need them to show up for me. However, I'm stuck in this cycle because I tell myself I'm letting go. And I tell myself I'm moving on. And then I go and meet somebody and I try to talk to them and they don't really catch my attention. I go right back. You know what I mean? And, you know, and we had that conversation because you told me, like, that ain't never going to change. Let it go. Like, you was like, but, I mean, we human, so you going to go back. And you did say that. And I was like, nigga, no, I'm not. And I did go back. But I went back the same way I always do, you know what I mean? And but when I went back this time, I went back with clarity. And I went back with, you know what? Let me set intentions and boundaries and say, this needs to happen. And if it doesn't happen, the way that I leave this time is going to be the same way that I left every other time. So in this regard, it was like, I went back and I knew it was over quicker than than any other time, because I went back with, these are my boundaries. These are my intentions. This is what it's going to look like. If it doesn't look like this, gather your things and walk.
So let me ask you this then. Because when I say the cycle doesn't change, yeah, it might change with him, right? Because his time expired. But do you think, well, I think that in humanity, that happens again with your next person, right? And again, I'm not saying, let's not look at the negative part, but I feel like it should happen, right? You talk to somebody you really like, I don't know, he do something that you might not like, you give him another chance, right? And in your mind, it's like, bro, I did this before. I done gave somebody so many chances, they don't change. But I feel like in a human nature, like not even human nature, I think it's the right thing to do to give everybody their isolated experience. Or give isolated experience of people. You know what I'm saying? Because we aren't the same. So you're gonna do the same thing with somebody else. That doesn't make it bad.
I don't see it as bad, but I think the way that I see it is more so about, I think people always call it like identifying red flags, right? But I don't see it as identifying red flags, because what works for you may not work for you, right? So it's not a red flag in general. It's just, you got to identify your own alignment. So for me, when I realize when I go into the situation, I can't just go off of my feelings. The fact that I care for this person, I love this person, whatever. I can't do that. I have to say the alignment. These are the things that I know are necessary for me.
Now.
So, but when I move into a new situation with somebody, I'm not saying off bucks if they do something wrong, screw them. But what I am saying is I am alert to and I pay attention to the fact that that doesn't align with my needs.
Mm-hmm.
I can address it and say, hey, this is what I need. How do you feel about that? If they express that don't work for me, then you don't work for me and it's okay.
Now you can learn. I'm not saying you can't learn. And I'm not trying to put this on you or anybody else, right? Mm-hmm. But again, I think we are who we are, right? So you know that in your next situation, you should be going into it looking from like your needs and not your feelings. I would like to bet you still would end up with somebody when you led with your feelings and not your needs in alignment.
I want both.
No, I know you do, but I'm saying I would bet I would put if I had to like have a wager, I would bet your next relationship you gonna go into it with your feelings. Now it could work,
let's test it,
and it could end up being aligned, right? But I just like to bet that again we are who we are. The fact is we were who we were before we even got here. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like I'm not wishing nothing negative on nobody. I just think like we are who we are.
Can I tie into what Alex said?
Yeah.
Because when you said it made me connect with that because I felt like previously, like when I would in the situation, I would start dating, I would be like, I don't like nobody. But this time around, I handled the situation differently. I walked away from the situation calmly. There was no argument. It was just like, hey, fine, you that don't work for me. And this is the first time I ever blocked somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now I done met new people, and now that I'm meeting new people, it's like I said, I've been on a couple dates, and honestly, it's the first time that I've really enjoyed my dates, and I actually feel like I might like somebody. Like, okay, I think I like this person. It's been so long since I felt like that, so I feel like this is a new season. I got out of that cycle, and I feel like I'm in a new space where it's like, okay, maybe this is a new cycle, but I will say, like, even one of the people. They did something that I feel like doesn't align with me, right? And I feel like you said, you give people chances because realistically we human and everybody don't got it together. Like they're not going to do exactly what we think. But I feel like I'm going to have a conversation and let it be known like, hey, that don't really work for me. And if they say like, well, that's just how I am, whatever, then I know that you're just not the person for me. And I got to be able to, because what I got into a space now where I stopped looking at it as just like, and I do this like early on, like where I'm like, do we align? People be like, you asking hard-hitting questions immediately. Yeah, don't waste my time. I don't want to be the person that's catching feelings and then I discover we don't align anymore. Because that's when it's hard to let go.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I love you, but you don't do the things I need. But I can't let go because I don't love nobody else. But if you from day one, if I don't love you yet, I don't even like you yet, and you tell me I can't do what you need, cool, let me get up out of here before my feelings get involved.
And I think that you just made a good point because like, well, you said it earlier, actually, where you said that he told you to let go. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times why we are caught in that cycle is like literally playing a clock. You're holding on, trying to move around. But like at the end of the day, no matter how far you go around the clock, you know what I'm saying? You're still tied to the middle because you never let go. So that's why I feel like catches us in that cycle. And from my own personal experience, relationship-wise, I find myself, and it's funny because my cousin called me. He was like, bro, I see a pattern with you. He was like, you find yourself helping somebody and then you fall for that person in the process of helping them, right? And it's like, but then it puts you in a situation where that person doesn't have literally the capacity to treat you the way that you're treating them.
Exactly.
And then you find yourself hurt. Mm-hmm. But then you know that you have this Superman complex, but it's like a cycle where you create the environment for that. And that was something that I had to identify with. It's like, okay, you need to be forward with that. It's like, hey, this is the type of person that I can be. Or the minute that you identify, like, okay, this is a person that's in a situation, let them figure it out so that that's not like it's not like a trauma bond in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because what it ends up being is that innocence. And it may not be because it's my trauma. And I'm starting to understand that a trauma bond, or it might not be, but correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't have to just necessarily be your trauma or y'all went to a similar experience and y'all are trauma bonded. You can bond over somebody else's trauma in the relatability aspect of it. But that could just be the gravitational pull that pulls you into that relationship with them or the attraction aspect. And when we were having that conversation of attraction versus alignment, a lot of times I think I had to identify with, because of my upbringing and things of that nature, I was attracted to helping build women. And I like, that's the spaces that I'm in. So how do you break a cycle where it's like, okay, I'm not romantically falling into a situation like that, as opposed to just me being there as a support or a friend, and it just being that. So I think that kind of was a conversation that I was having. So when you talk about that cycle aspect, I think the reason why we get caught in these cycles a lot of times is because you think it's a season and you can't identify that this is a pattern. So I think the first step is identifying like, yo, this is a pattern. Like you say, a lot of people can't see past their own noses. The reason why you can say that people don't change is because some people, they won't recognize that. They will just look at it like it's the season. That's when I think it's dangerous. When you can understand that's a cycle, at least you know, like, all right, where am I on the cycle right now? So that you can set those boundaries and those parameters in place. But when you think you're just in a season and this is going to change and I'm never going to go back to it, when you do it again, now it's detrimental to you. I think.
Yeah, no, I think when it comes to the cycle, it could change. It could change, and I hope it changes, especially when we talking about something that's holding you back. It's just from my experience, I know it takes some time to change, right? Even we talking about relationships, like I know the type of woman that I like, right? And I'm not really, at this moment, I can't necessarily say I'm dating that type of woman, right? And maybe that's the reason why I haven't really like settled down yet, right? And I'm just being like me.
That's transparent, yeah.
I'm realistic. I don't have to lie. I don't have to make nothing up. And I think about it, I'm like, yo, maybe that's not why, right? But if I force myself to settle down, will I then, one, be happy? I feel like we in this world of like happiness, right? Whatever the hell that means. It's like, will I then be happy? Even though this is good for me, right? Because I'm always like want something else because this is what I'm used to. Right, so like I think you can get out of cycles, but I just know it's hard because that's what you're used to and that's what you like. And a lot of times we want to go with what's comfortable. We talked about it before. We want to go with what's comfortable, where we feel safe. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, bro, like no, it's not safe. You're just comfortable, and because you can feel safe in a toxic environment. It's nothing safe about that. You're just comfortable there, and that's what you're used to. That shit is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like I say disgusting because like you can get hurt there. You know what I'm trying to say? So like, a lot of times I feel like people want to be where what feels most comfortable to them and not really safe, because sometimes what's safe is uncomfortable for you. And now because you're not attracted to somebody, it's like, nah, I can't do it because we just don't mesh. Like, nigga, y'all mess. He just not the toxic shit you used to, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think it's hard to get out of cycle.
No, I mean, that's really what you just said just now. We have people that deal with that all the time. I mean, you have people that deal with the Stockholm syndrome, you know what I'm saying, where they actually start to empathize with their people that go through abuse. They start to empathize with them, start saying positive things about them because, again, that cycle, when you go through a cycle of abuse and things of that nature, now you feel like, I deserve this. So it's kind of like that's a detriment part where it's like, okay, you get so caught up in a pattern that you think this is the norm. And I think that's the thing about it is, so when you are faced with something that is different, it's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at it as if it's a negative.
But let's talk about how people even self-sabotage in those situations, right? Like I have to tell myself, like, and I'm just being transparent, right? So in the where I'm at in my life, if let's say I settle down today, right? I'm already mentally doing the mental workout of not making it known that this ain't my type. Because who wants to hear that? Right? Because I'm saying it just transparently because I already know that my type is something that like I want to feel needed, right? In my space right now, that like nobody that I'm dealing with is like needs me, and I love that for me. But I also can recognize that that's usually not my type. But I also don't want to get caught up in a space where I'm saying, "Oh, you usually ain't my type," because who want to hear that? You get what I'm trying to say? So I think we have to mentally prepare to get to a certain destination before we even get there. And that's why, damn, shit, I don't even mean that. Let's get into it, right? We talk about 1% better, right? That's why a lot of men fail in relationship, because they try to prepare when they're there instead of preparing before they get there, right? So like we talk about like infidelity and things like that. And I think I've seen Jamal Bryant talk about this before. Like we try to show up as the husband when we get a husband. So now we try to be faithful in a relationship. When like your whole life you ain't never been dated just one person. You never just been one person. So now you think that because I'm in a relationship with somebody, I could just be with this one person. It don't work like that. The
desire just goes away.
It doesn't work. Right. Exactly. It doesn't work like that. Life don't work like that. Temptation don't work like that. If anything, it's going to be temptation is gonna be at an all-time high when one person and you trying to just be with one person.
Mm-hmm.
And now you catch yourself doing things that you're not supposed to do, and then your partner gonna be upset with that. Now you're looking at your partner like you shouldn't be upset at that when, nigga, it's you that caused the problem. You get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like we gotta do a better job as men, especially, of preparing to be in a position that we want to be in before we get there. And it's just like anything else.
Yes.
Just like I'm not about to just go to the championship and think I'm a play like a champion when I haven't been practicing like a champion.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work like that. I think we got to prepare for the next season of our life before we get there, if that makes sense.
Mm.
That was good.
That was good. Come on, preach up.
That was preaching. No,
Nah.
go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, because I think to that point, like you said, preparing for the championship,
Yeah.
right? I think a lot of men disqualify themselves. You talk about self-sabotage. A lot of people don't think that they're qualified for the championship.
Mm.
So I think that that's something also that you have to deal with. Or they feel like it's two-sided. It's a false sense of confidence, right? Because like you said, in that particular instance that you're talking about, it's like, yo, I can cut that off. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody that's an addict, right? Addiction is a cycle, but it's like I can quit whenever I want to. So you think that you're going to go cold turkey, and then like when you faced with a situation or anything that you used to use this to relieve because you haven't created alternative to whatever your coping mechanism was, now you find yourself back into that cycle. Same thing with that, right? Okay, you've been dealing with all these women. You haven't had a season of singleness where you have just been focused on one person or courting something in that capacity. And that's why I think when we talk about just this conversation, there's a difference between dating and courting. Because I think dating leads to that lifestyle of what you're talking about, where it's like I'm married, but I'm still lusting over other women.
Exactly.
Whereas like I'm courting, my intentions is to be with one person for the rest of my life. But I think it's just like you say, it's a mindset shift that we as men have to take accountability for, because I think it's also, what do you want at the end of the day? And is it just like, when I said earlier episodes, I'm not ready to be a husband. I could be married today, but am I ready to be a husband? Because a lot of people don't understand, like you said, again, it looked good on TV, the championships look good, but do you know what it's like to play in front of thousands of people yelling your name and all that stuff? The pressure of being in the arena, what it feels to be that star that has to rise to the occasion for the event. It sounds good, but when you're there, if you haven't prepared for it, you're going to fold under pressure.
Yo, you know what's funny, man? Like I think I talked about this before. I think one of the best teachers is experience itself. Right? Like even like podcast summit, right? You know I'm popping my shit. Like I ain't nervous. Like, look, you get prepared, you ain't gonna be nervous, right? When I went out there, it still was a moment in time where I was nervous. But what brought me back down to normality or to not be nervous was my experience. You can't fake that. I've been in front of these people more than once. I've been in front of people interviewing more than once. I've been in front of large crowds a lot. You get what I'm trying to say? So now my experience is what calms me down. Right? So like when we talk about preparing to be in the next position in your life that you want to be in, sometimes you got to go through some things. But they say you got to go through some things to get through some things. Right? So like in order, you got to give yourself that experience like you said. So like before I get in a relationship, let me settle down in my dating space real quick. Let me just deal with this one person. That's why I think exclusive dating is important. So let me see if I can do this, right? Let me see how long I need to do this so I can be prepared to do this for real, right? Because once I get in a relationship, I can't keep making the same stupid mistakes. Because now you're looking at me differently, right? So I think that's important. But also I think what we go wrong is like, I don't want to say social media because I feel like that's a lazy perspective, even though I think it is social media, but this process of thinking we can have it all, right? And I think that comes before social media. I feel like that feeling is why social media exists.
It's greed.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like the fact that we think like as men, I can't speak for women, I'll let Janae speak, but I feel like as men, it's like, I want everything. I want to do it all. I want to have, they say kick and eat it too. I want to have a girl and I want to feel
wanted by everybody, yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? And I think that's where we go wrong. We got to do a better job because even myself, shit, like, I ain't exempt. You know, it's funny, we could talk about these things all we want. Like, yeah, we still human. We still fall to the same fucking temptation.
I was going to say, ain't that why they crucified Aisha Curry?
Yeah,
it was like,
exactly.
bro, literally, like, yo, you have Steph Curry, but you still want to be.
But if Steph Curry said that, nobody would have said, they wouldn't have batted an eye.
I don't know.
I think, bro, I think that's why partnerships and who you with matters, bro. Because I don't think what she said was. I don't think nothing was wrong with that, and I don't think he thought nothing was wrong with
He
that.
didn't. And I also think that, like,
But when you see everybody else got something wrong, now you might feel away.
but everybody else was. I'm gonna say this. I think that the way that society is set up is, of course, like initially it was very male centered, and so a lot of it nowadays is people are trying to decenter men, right? And I think with that, with the women decentering men are fighting to be centered. And so I think that it's like a tug of war for real in the whole thing, as opposed to just creating the balance of like we need each other.
Yeah.
And so, but because it's like, you know how like if you have a scale and it's like it's weighing like this, and we trying to figure out a way, but because we were down here for so long, it's like, nah, we about to be up here, as opposed to trying to find a way to even it out. It don't feel fair to even it out because you've been up there all that time. It's my turn to be up here. And so I think that that's kind of like how it looks or feels in those regards when we talk about like the Aisha and Steph Curry comment. Like, I feel like if a man, if Steph said that, everybody would be like, well, duh, they would have been like, women at your feet every night. You know, they would prove a point. But because she said it, it's like, girl, it's male centered. It's like, you got your man. And it's a lot of men are saying that, like, you got your man. Like, why you worried about it? But then you got women who are like, girl, you got your man because really they want your man. But on the flip side, you know, if Steph said it, it would be like, men aren't going to say that. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, everybody want the hoes. Like, yeah, everybody want to be desired. So I think it's that it's unfair, but that's just how life is at this moment. I think that we kind of moving away from the societal norms a little bit. And I think that when you say like social media being like a kind of like a kind of a symptom of it or something like that, like it is. But I also think that like that's just the way of the world, right? Of America. I'm not gonna say of the world, but of America for sure. And the world, because realistically, the world men are kind of like definitely. They've always been like the lead or the head or in charge of or whatever it looks like. But yeah, I think like I stand by this, and I always will reiterate it. Life is just for balance. Like I think like when you said men want it all, I want it all. I think women want it all too. But I think that we've realized that it's okay for, and I hate doing the man versus woman thing, but I don't hate it at the same time because it needs to be said. I feel like women have realized like men can be flawed and make mistakes in certain ways that women can't. And women can be flawed and make mistakes in certain ways that men can't. And so when men mess up in a certain way, it's like acceptable. Like when men cheat, it's oh, men cheat. He got what you expect. You got with a ball player. You got with a rapper. You got what it is. What you expect. Like it's been okayed, right? But if a woman cheats, then it's like she's a hoe. She a whore. Like why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, but granted, what you thinking, Alex?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I have a thought after this, though.
But I feel like that's the what's the word for it? The
double standard.
Double standard. Because realistically, I mean, it's just life is about balance. Everybody fuck up. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody do the same shit, to be honest. And I just feel like if we got to a space where it's like we understood like just the balance of it, you gonna fuck up, you gonna be good, you gonna be good, you gonna fuck up.
You think the double standard of that ages out though? Because I feel like
age is out. Like your wholeness get deleted.
No.
Like, I was gonna ask that because
like,
go ahead.
What
like,
you mean?
I'm thinking, like I've been cheated on before, right? And I don't think it's okay, and I think it was immature. But I can look at it and say, all right, shit, I might have cheated on me too. So I don't look at it as being a hoe. I look at it as like it was hard for me, and she probably didn't have that. It was hard for us, and she probably didn't know how to have that conversation to say.
Would you accept her and take her back? Did you accept her and take her back?
I mean, I just got out of a 6.5-year relationship, but did I accept her and take her back?
At the time?
When you were cheated on?
Oh, no, I left. But again, I was 25, I think. You know what I'm saying? So like, and even still, I probably still would have left if I was 30-something. But I don't look at it as like you said, like when men cheat, it's just a men cheat. But when women cheat, they hoes. I don't look at it as her being a hoe. I look at her as being unhappy and not being able to have a conversation about being unhappy and separating herself.
So, and then I think like on the flip side though, like when men cheat, women a lot of times tend to, I'm gonna stick beside them. Like they might put up the fight, like they might argue like, you know, you cheating on me, whatever, it might be a whole ordeal. We might break up for a week or two and then they get back together. You know what I mean?
But then do we get back together? Because no, we don't. I don't think that you get back together because you get back with a man and you you relive those times over and over again. So much so that I
Create
think,
a cycle.
bro, I think honestly,
No, seriously.
Back to the cycle.
personally, I'm being real. I think that if you're a man, you cheat on your woman, you might as well just break up. And that might seems like is gaslighting, or you trying to like, I don't know what they call it, like, I don't know. But I think y'all should probably break up, because from my experience, it's like a woman never really forgives you. Like, you break up and then she always brings it back up. Everything, she never looks at you the same. And like, y'all can't never like repair or rebuild from that. Now, if you're mature, maybe for sure, I can't say for everybody, but for the most part, I haven't seen it. So it's like, when I hear it, it's like, what I'm thinking about, going back to my point, what I was gonna say is, yeah, it's a double standard. And yeah, women stick with them, but they don't really stay. They don't really keep the same respect. That's one. But the second part of it is men and women do things differently. So for the most part, men, from what I can say, men be with women that can never do nothing for them. You hear these conversations, for the most part, women ain't trying to be with a nigga that can't do nothing for them. I'm not saying that's not the reality. I'm saying for what we see on the internet. That's all I'm saying. But we see women day in and out with a nigga, like they say, like they need a nigga that got protect, provide. Whereas I look at a woman, it's like, I don't even care. But it shows up in your day-to-day that you do care, because you want to be appreciated. You want to feel appreciated. You want to get the reciprocation. But if you with somebody who can't do that, she literally can't do that. And you knew this before you got with her. But then you expect these things. All I'm saying is, like, it's different. Like, yeah, women might be with a man and they cheat and they get back with him, but men also be with women whereas though they wouldn't accept the vice versa role, if that makes sense. So I just think we gotta understand, we gotta accept that we have roles and we play to these roles by gender. I think what happened is we try to go wrong by saying, well, they do this, so we should be able to do this. Or they do this. We all do it the same way, just in different space. It looks different. Like for you, it might be cheating. For me, it might be dealing with a chick that don't, like, you know what I'm trying to say? We all do it. I think men and women do it. It's just different perspectives, if that makes sense.
I think that when you say, like, we're different, this is my thing. I feel like we're only different because society tells us to be, and because society raises us to be that way. Because realistically, like, I feel like when you're everything you do in life is contrived at the beginning. You're a baby. You have nothing going on in that brain. Nothing is molding you. You are molded by the people around you in society. So realistically, I think, like, this is just random, and maybe it's cruel to even conduct the experiment. But if you had a boy baby and a girl baby and you raise them in a white room, everybody got on all white, and you have a man and a woman come in, or maybe not even a man and woman, however you raise them up, they're going to be very similar in everything that they do. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's going to change is the hormonal aspect of the things that they're physical, right? And then maybe their sexual drive, whatever, their testosterone and estrogen kick in. But when it comes to, like, your brain, like, there are different brain chemistries between men and women for sure. But at the end of the day, we all have the same capacity to do the same things. So when we talk about, like, discipline and stuff like that, I think a lot of times people dismiss men a lot. They're like, oh, we're animalistic and it's not natural for us to be with one person. It's not natural for a man to be with one person. It's not natural for a woman to be with one person. It's not natural for nobody to be with one person. Mm-hmm. What we talk about, though, is the reality of it is just us growing into people and deciding to be disciplined. The same way you disciplined in your career is the same way you can be disciplined in your relationship. The same way you disciplined in the gym is the same way you can be disciplined in your relationship. Odds are, when you figure out the formula of success in this lane, you can do it. The only problem is we just make the decision to give into temptation and say, I'm not going to.
But I think it's larger than that, because the same things you're saying, but to is the things that what I'm talking about. When you say, it's going to be, the only difference is estrogen and hormones, testosterone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is it. Like, I think we don't accept
our genetics in a sense.
That's it. Like, that's simple as that. It's like, yo, a woman have things that they care about, how they react, how they move. Mm-hmm. That's a woman. Stop trying to. I don't want you to expect that same thing from me. The same thing, vice versa. Men operate in a certain space. That's a man. Stop trying to expect that from a woman. I just think, like even down to the baby aspect of it. My child is going to be closer to her mother because she literally came out her womb. Mm-hmm. Like, breastfeeding, like, I can't do nothing about that.
That's any child, though.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I shouldn't have mother relationship expectations for my child for me
As a father.
as a father. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we have those expectations with each other. Though it's like, you should be like this or you should want that. It's like, bro, we're different. I feel like if the moment we can accept that, we can coexist easier.
So what is mother relationship though? That's what I'm confused at, because for me, I was raised by my dad. I had a closer relationship with my dad than I did with my mom.
Yeah, but that's because you was raised by him. So over time, that grew on you. You get what I'm saying?
Even as an infant, my mom says all the time how like I stayed up, I wouldn't go to sleep until my dad came home. Like, but that's because my father was there day one and was like literally, my father was very hands-on. Like no matter what. So when you say that, like I always chose my dad over my mom in any capacity. And I came out of my mom's womb, you know, clearly. But so I say that to say like, everything is contrived. Again, when you, as a baby, you're mush for brains. You don't know nothing. You know the voices that you heard. You know, things register to you. It lights up certain things in your brain, makes you feel a way as an infant, which we can't really express, but we can, science, you know, does
So you
research.
don't think hormones and I guess estrogen makes you react in different spaces, different ways?
I do. However, there's also a scientific study. Dag, I just read this and I cannot remember verbatim what it said, but it basically was like something about men say that women act like they're worse when they're on their period or something like that, but it was really like we produce more testosterone or something like that on our period, something, and it was like, so really we acting like y'all, but y'all be like trying to say like we're acting like more, I don't know. It's something, yeah, look it up, but it was something like that. I read it and I was like, that's funny. We're actually more like men when we're on our period, and y'all hate us on our periods. Y'all hate yourselves. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, because I didn't get in a relationship with a nigga. I got in a relationship with a woman. So if that's the case, then yeah, I can
So when
see
you
it.
rah, bitch, calm it down.
Yeah, like, for sure.
All right, respect. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up.
Look,
but
I don't know. Look it up for sure. I read it. It was like a comment on something that I had like, they had put a link.
I think what I'm saying is I just think we should accept each other for being different.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we can get with people that we really like, that we genuinely like, and it grows into love, and then we accept them for who they are, it would be easier to coexist in this world. Now we have a lot of people just trying to make people who they want them to be. And it's like, bro, I'm not going to be who you want me to be.
I think the reality of people in general is we utilize things to our benefit, and then when it don't benefit us, we throw it away.
Yeah.
And that's just real shit in general.
But also understand we're flawed too. So like, I'm trying to pinpoint one thing that a woman could do that men just hate. I don't know, like, I don't want to say not appreciate men or disrespect. I guess I can go to disrespect, right?
I please don't do disrespect.
Why? I feel like the men that I speak to, when it comes to women loving a man, one of the highest forms of love that they need is respect. That's what we talk about.
For
like,
sure.
Disrespect me, right?
I only say please don't do that because I feel like, and this is also, I got this from a man. I learned this from a man. A lot of times, men use the word disrespect, and really what y'all mean is you hurt my feelings. But because men don't express you hurt my feelings, or they don't really understand like their feelings been hurt, they say you disrespecting me. And the reality of it is I'm not disrespecting you. I hurt your feelings.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I'm looking at disrespect literally because I just had a conversation with somebody. I ain't gonna say who. I had a conversation with somebody. He was going through it with his girl. And I was like, bro, I don't by any means want to seem like I'm being insensitive to how you feel. But I need you to understand that this is an isolated instance with you and your lady. I need you to look back at the times of all the other times. She never disrespected you. She never did this. She never did that. She always was this. So in this moment, you have to lead with grace because that's not who she is. So when I talk about disrespect, I'm like, some women out there just always like that, just cursing. Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? I don't need that. So I said it to say, when I'm saying like, because we could say men, for the most part, are cheaters, for the most part. I guess we just had that conversation. And I think for the most part, when men look at women, like for the relationships, from what I see, is like, they just disrespect niggas. Like from, not saying everybody, but just follow me. So if we talk about that instance, if we can understand that, all right, I might be with a girl that she's not disrespectful, but in the moments, times where, I don't know, she gets emotional and it goes to that point, I can have grace because that's not naturally who she is. The same with men. And again, I'm not saying it's okay to cheat, but like, let's not say sex. Let's just say like, I don't know, flirting or something lighter. then you know that, bro, this is not who he usually is or whatever. I'm gonna be more graceful with him. I think if we could move with grace with each other and understand that we're human, then we can get along. Because I think even when I'm talking about how we deal with each other, my biggest thing that I don't look forward to in a relationship is being put on a pedestal just to be taken off because I'm human. It's like women, they get with you and they're like, oh my God, my man, till I do something fucking human. And it's like, now you strip the pedestal or the ladder right from under my foot because I just did something human. Like, why can't you, I almost want you to like, I don't say ignore, or maybe just don't put me on a damn pedestal.
It's a double-edged sword. That's a double-edged sword though, right? Because
but you get what I'm trying to say?
I understand exactly what you're saying, but I think it's tough because we want honor as men. Like, that's what we strive for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with honor comes that regard or that reverence
of
like putting you on a pedestal. So it is a double-edged sword where it's like we want that respect from our women, but that comes from them looking at us in that regard.
But the moment I do something...
I think you're looking at it from your own perspective, though, because realistically, remember how you just said when you told your friend this is an isolated incident. She on a pedestal because that's not who she is.
Yeah.
So when you do have a moment of weakness or you do mess up, that pedestal kind of can help you. Like, let me revert back to who this person really is. So is it
maybe
because
isolated? From my experiences, I feel like
no, I understand what you're saying.
Women, not just my exes and nothing. I feel like women, they be with a guy. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then the moment he do something, oh, it's exaggerated. I just feel like, I don't know, I can't trust you. It's like, come on. Like, come the fuck on. Like, you were just so in love and I'm such a great man. But the moment I don't know, I tell a white lie or I don't know. Now all of a sudden, I'm just this liar.
Women are dramatic.
Say it again.
Women are dramatic.
Get on the record.
I just don't like that. I don't know.
Women are dramatic.
I just personally don't like that.
I think
that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I just personally don't like it. Cause like my mistake in this moment shouldn't characterize me for a lifetime. Like shit. Like, and that's what happens. Like, bro, even when, again, this might be exaggerated, but with the cheating thing, you cheat and you can never come back from it. It's like, yo, like you forgive me or you don't. Because if you don't, just don't forgive me. You say you forgive me, but then your actions from here on out shows that you don't. And it's just hurt. And now I gotta deal with that because I'm the one that cheated on you and I gotta deal with what I put. It's like, no, you actually, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but no, I don't have to deal with that. You gotta deal with that. For real. Because if you hurt, you gotta get unhurt. I can't fix that. And yeah, I put us in an uncomfortable situation. And yeah, it hurts your feelings and things like that. But that ain't for me to mend. I'm sorry. It ain't. It's just, I know y'all not gonna like it, but the reality of it, I can't do that. You gotta get that help.
It's not that I don't like it. I'll say this.
And it's unfortunate though, for sure.
I'll say this. You are two consenting adults in this situation, right? So when it comes to a situation, if you cheat, if you're the person that caused the harm, there is some responsibility to you to do whatever is necessary that they state that they need in order to get past it. There is some duty because
for sure.
you did, right?
Yeah, I'll take
and there's some duty to them to do the work. But if y'all both aren't doing the work, it's a duty of both of you to either walk away. You have the choice to walk away just like they do.
Yeah.
So when you say that's on you, it's also on you because that's like when somebody's like, oh, you don't trust me. I don't trust you, so I don't want to be with you. But if I don't trust you and I choose to stay with you, you're also making a choice to stay with me even though I don't trust you. You could say you don't trust me, I don't want to be with somebody who don't trust me.
Yeah.
But instead you say, you just want to get over and figure out how to trust me again. Now you could walk away too. Yeah. Or you can decide to do the work that's necessary in order to actually get the trust back. And whichever one you choose, if you don't do either, now y'all are sitting idly and just in convoluted bullshit.
No, you're right, because I think it goes into the space of I don't know the exact word, but like somebody that's insecure, right? That's not really a me thing. Mm-hmm. But I also shouldn't be putting you in, if I know that, I shouldn't be putting you in spaces to like add to it as well. Mm-hmm. So I can easily be like, yo, that's not a me thing, it's you thing. But it's also not nice to just play on somebody's insecurity either. So I get that. Like, I get it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, to that point, I think the point that you're talking about on the other side, right? It's like, yes, you may not have inflicted the trauma, but the healing is always going to be that person's responsibility. Mm-hmm. You can't force a person to heal, no matter how much you try. Because, again, it can fall on deaf ears. Now, again, you can create the environment which creates safety for that person so that, okay, you know that, like, I'm doing everything within my power to create that environment. Now, whether or not you accept it, that's on you.
But
And I
also
think
be graceful and understanding that it's going to take time too.
Right. Well, you be graceful
Yeah,
for
sure.
them to understand that it's going to take time. And that's tough. So, like, I think that's also part of the reason why I was having that conversation to begin with, of like pruning, right? Is because I think a lot of the things that we were talking about were learned. You know what I mean? Like, these are learned things, and like, ego is built. It's not, you're not born with it. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of preconceived notions that we have about how we conflict or resolve conflict or things of that nature. Or if you're placed in a situation, well, we're using it based off experience and things of that. And that doesn't necessarily say that just because we have this conversation all the time, just because you're doing it consistently doesn't mean that it's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as we have these conversations around how we resolve different things, because again, cycles, right? Like, I think the point is to recognize, like, okay, is this pattern that I'm seeing in my life consistently a good thing, or is it detrimental? Mm-hmm. And I think that once we are able to recognize that, stage one, you're in a pattern. But then two, what is the effects of this pattern? Then I think the third step is understanding, like, okay, is this something that I need to unlearn, or is this something and reconsider about how I've been approaching it, or is this something that is sustainable because it's actually beneficial? And I think as we mature, it's like, all right, that's how you get into that pruning process. Like, all right, now I might got to let go of this, because this idea of thinking has led me down this pathway one or too many times, and it's destroying my potential future.
But also understanding I was about to go into that, the importance of life and death, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You said destroying my potential future. A lot of times it takes for somebody like something extraordinary to happen for you to really understand that this is a detriment to my life, right? Like, you can get burnt 1,000 times and you can get the cure for it 1,000 times, so you're always going to take a risk till you get something you can't get rid of, and then it's like, shit. You get what I'm trying to say? And then it's too late. And I feel like that's the same with life. We got to, and not just that, same with God, though, right? Because we talked about this before.
Facts.
It's like, you got to understand that my actions can be to my detriment, meaning death, right? But a lot of times people play with that life because they don't understand that this can kill you. Same with our actions and how we move as adults, and with just feelings, like understanding that, yo, if I don't change my ways, like, me being broke is going to lead to me being addicted to addict, or being on the street and not being having nowhere to live. But they don't see it like that because it's never directly in their face like that. You got to understand that my action can lead to death. And it can, and it don't have to be physical death, but it can be death to like
a dream or ambition.
Anything that's good for you. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think that's how we get out of it. It's just, you got to be able to see that.
Be a forward thinker.
Yeah, you got to be able to see that. Like, because if you don't see that, then you always make this. You always gonna be in the same cycle.
Yeah, thinking outside of the moment. I think a lot of people don't think that way. Like, it's like in your experiences, like, this is how I feel right now. This is what is serving me right now. I could think about next week, whatever. But when you think about, even when we had the conversation, you're like, what am I doing? It's like, what do you want? You said, you had asked, like, what do you want right now? But realistically, I think, like, we can say what we want right now, but if you can think about what you want in the future, that should really determine what you want right now.
Yeah.
Because what we want right now is going to change. That fluctuates. But if you got a goal in mind and you got plans that you're trying to put into place, today still matters. My dad used to tell me, every little thing you do sets up every little thing you do. So it's like, when you wake up today, if you woke up and you decided you was going to have attitude, you're going to have a bad day. Like, smile. Get up there, because every little, and really he told me that in basketball, but that it applies in real life. Like, every little thing you do sets up every little thing you do. You don't brush your teeth this morning, your breath gonna stink throughout the day. Now you got rotten teeth, you eat some candy, you got a cavity. Like, everything leads up. The small things that we think that we dismiss or we skip over, it affects us in the long run.
But that's why proximity matters, though, bro. And that's why these conversations, because, like, we can say this all, but I'm still gonna go out there tomorrow and be a regular, like a human, right? Like, everything that we preaching is like, we're still humans. We still flawed. You know what I'm trying to say? But the more we have these conversations, the more we see it, the more we can recognize and be like, oh, I don't want to be that person. The same thing with anything. Like, the more I'm in proximity of somebody that's great, I can be great. Or I can get closer to greatness because I'm seeing it all the time. But again, and this might be, we had a conversation, we come into these environments and we don't see greatness, so we don't understand that this can happen. All we see is what's fucked up and what's wrong, and we think that's right. We make right of it. Just like, and it's I don't know, it might be, it might not stand, or it might not be the same. It's like the nigger word. Niggas, they was calling us niggers as a insult,
We didn't feel
derogatory
consequences.
term.
Yeah.
We turned it to something positive, and now we still use it to this day. It's ignorant as fuck. I can recognize that as ignorant. I'm still probably gonna say it. And that might be ignorant by saying it, right? I'm not perfect, but what I'm saying is the more we can be around greatness, we can become great. But we grew up in these environments where we create, out of negative things, we create good. And then those good, it continued to be a pattern, and it was never really good. It never was meant to be good. But we made good of it, and then, like selling drugs, right? We sell drugs, we make money, we take care of our family, then we get caught up and we get locked up for life. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's a cycle. But until you get around people that you constantly around, that's like, that's not good, like cheating, not even something like cheating. Like, right, we grew up in this hip-hop environment where, like, having multiple girls is a thing. And then you get around men that's like, no, having one girl is a thing. But you got to be around it often to break that cycle. The same thing with life, bro. You got to be around it often to break that cycle. If it finances, sex, like all of it. You can't just see it one time. You got to consistently see it so you can change your behavior, change the patterns.
You know why he just snapped? He really just snapped. Because when you think about the foundation of what the conversation is pruning.
Yeah.
And the purpose of pruning is because if you leave the dead fig leaves around the live fig
The
leaves,
entire tree is
the
done.
whole tree dies, bro.
That's how fruits are too.
And when you talk about proximity, that's exactly what it is, bro.
Yo, proximity is really, and I learned that just coming down here, bro. Like, we're going to get off it. We go into something else. But I know, like, when I was in Baltimore, bro, I just went to my own studio. It's not saying that I thought any less of myself. I just didn't see it. So when I come down here, I see Shan's. It's a building. I'm like, huh? Studio? I don't want no damn studio. I want a building. You know what I'm saying? Because I always was, like, ambitious. I just didn't even think that far, because I never saw, I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? I never even knew it existed. I never looked at myself as lower than anybody. I just never saw it.
Yeah.
So now I come here, I see it all, like, niggas got built. Man, I don't want no damn studio. I need a building.
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about
So
access.
If you can see it, you can have it, bro.
you get what I'm saying? So the same way we see that, it's possible to be a faithful man out here. It's possible to have one woman and do it. Then we don't have the I don't know, the social constructs or the bullshit that people say, like,
polygamy.
men aren't able to do it or something. Like
all men cheat.
Yeah, like, no, that's not the reality. Because I'm around some men that don't cheat and take care of their family. So, like,
Sure.
Men never take care of their kids. I don't know what you're talking about, but that ain't my reality. Proximity, bro. And I think my man says, shout out to Neil, he always said it. Once your mind expands from his original thought, it's gonna be hell of a lot harder to go back to the original place. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we gotta get, bro. Because the more and more we get further away from that, the easier it is to fall into the same cycle.
I mean, I would say even you saying that, it's funny though, because like I feel like for me, like I've been in this situation, like even when we talked about parenting earlier, right? So for me, it's like I raised my son on my own. I don't really have help or assistance from his father. And so I could be like, I feel like most baby mothers, they be like, oh, they bitter. They always say, niggas not there for their kids, whatever. And I feel like as much as I've been privy to that, or I've had experience with that with my own situation, I also feel like outside of that, I don't say that often because my father raised me. So realistically, it's like I already had the foundation of the positivity. So before the negativity hit, it was like, it don't hit me the same, because it's like, yeah, it exists, but it ain't tear up my world, because my world was solid before then. You know what I mean? So I think, just like you said, just the access and the proximity to the positivity of it, I would, but that's also why I feel like we got to be more connected with people outside of just our inner circles. Because it's like we might be doing it in our inner circles, right? And we doing the work here, or we see it we got to bring other people in and show them like, well, it's other people doing this.
But we got to learn that that's possible though. When I was growing up in the projects, all I knew was Baltimore, let alone DC or anything else. So like, you talk about Kansas or Connecticut, I don't know. I'm thinking that's somewhere, whole time it's like 6 hours away. I didn't even know how close it was.
It just felt out of reach.
I only thought my mind can only process Baltimore, because that's not where I was at. We don't even know that other things exist.
That's
so
true.
I think proximity definitely matter though.
I'm like that too, and it's weird because when I go out of town, I'm like, I wonder if they think about the fact that they live in wherever I'm at, like in my head. Because I just had this conversation earlier. Like all you think about is like your area. Like this is my life, and this all that matters. Especially me coming from DC, I feel like we have such variety. Like it's like.
It's a melting pot.
Yeah, this is the world right here.
Fortunate, actually.
Yeah,
very fortunate.
It's a melting pot,
so like a part of me is like nothing is bigger or better than DC. Like, So it's like when I think about like when I go out of town, I do sit there and be like, I'm in Missouri. I wonder if these people walking around like, oh, I live in Missouri, like in their head. And because in my head, I'm like, y'all in Missouri. Like, But it's like you don't think about it because you're not having access to it. You're not really looking at, when I'm home, I'm not thinking about no damn Missouri. So yeah, I get it. It's like we do got to bring it up to people because we don't know it exists. It's not out there.
Proximity matters, man. We're gonna get into the shit. So I know you're looking over there, but I mean, I think we can.
Yeah, we got about 20. Yeah, we got some time over there.
Yeah, I just seen.
Want to talk about your boy Shadur?
I seen Dez Bryant just apologize to Nicki Minaj. I think.
I did see that.
You late?
I'm late.
Not late. It was today. I think it was this morning.
Yeah, come on, yo.
And she
accepted it.
Yeah,
she did.
On some G shit, Nicki Minaj. I really don't like the misunderstanding we had between each other. I apologize for bringing up your husband's past. It's a shame only negative things make headlines between two black people who have much influence on our community. I'm at war every day with myself to be better. 1% better, y'all.
Amen.
To better myself for my kids and the kids who are watching me. And the last thing I want to do is argue over stupid shit. I pray for only peace and positivity your way. She responds and says, the Lord will grant you peace. There's nothing makes me respect someone more than a public display of accountability. I accept your apology. I apologize as well. If I offended you, if you still want to do that fight, let me know. We def got them hands. Seriously though, all the best.
Clap it up for Des Bryant for a public apology, bro.
How do you feel about her response though?
I knew Jay was gonna do that.
What? Because this is my first time reading. I'm just saying, how do you feel about the response?
She didn't take no accountability for.
She did. She apologized too.
She did.
She did. That was the second line.
She apologized. I'll read it again. It says.
She apologized too.
It says, the Lord will grant you peace, Des. Nothing makes me respect someone more than a public display of accountability. I accept your apology. I apologize as well if I offended you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She did say, I apologize as well if I offended
you.
women hate that.
Like, if I offended you in any
What
way.
we call that? Gaslight? What we call that? I don't know. It's one of them words that they use.
I don't know.
One of them
buzzwords.
I ain't sorry for what I said, but I'm sorry if it offended
you, right? Okay.
That's
if
an
you
apology?
still want to,
because what she's standing on is she is saying what I said is true. She believed what she said. What I said is true. I'm sorry if it offended you. This is the truth from my standpoint.
And then she doubled down. If you still want to do that fight, let me know.
She ain't doubled down. That was a joke. Stop. No.
He def got them hands.
Stop it. That's because come on now. Don't do that, Jay. Because if your person was in a joint in a spat with a man and the dude said, tell your man come outside, like let's line it up for the 1-2, you gonna be like, what nigga, let's go. And when your woman apologize, you're not gonna tell her to be like, oh, don't tell him. Listen, we can still scrap it out though. The nigga called me out. That's all she doing. She just standing 10 behind me.
And
you laying in a bed, minding your business. And you just unsolicitedly just got put into a battle with the NFL player.
Listen, that happens with anybody. You got a woman and your woman mouthy, you're gonna be in spaces where you're gonna have to defend your woman. That's just it. You know what you're choosing. You know what you got into.
Pay attention to who you choose, gentlemen.
Oh, for sure.
Know your woman. Know your worth.
I said that on a date the other day. I was like, listen, let me be very clear. If somebody disrespects me or tests me, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be docile and let you just walk over me. And then if it's a man, I'm not going to like do too much. I'm going to let a man handle it. But realistically, like I'm not one to back down from no battle.
So to that point, a very serious topic though. Can I talk about the DC thing?
I'm just trying to look at the events, right?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He like, I need to understand
Before
it.
he transitions. Yo, like, yo.
Did you say yo like yo?
He's like, let me look at this. Yeah.
I'm talking about you. You called him yo?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Okay, but Silver Spring not closer to Baltimore than DC is crazy.
Okay, I could have been like, hey, Mo.
I'm just saying.
Like, Mo.
You got it, though.
Because I said yo.
Yes.
I was in Baltimore for a long time, though. I went to school out there.
Alex, you can use whatever excuse you want.
I'm not closer to Baltimore. I'm closer to DC, but it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm a Mo.
Are you?
So basically, it looked like Nicki Minaj started this shit.
He had to copy, bro.
But anyway, he apologized, right? And I don't know how I feel about that apology.
Because you do know you don't like it.
It's like, bro, like, I feel like the whole hands thing could have just been left out of it. Because I'm trying to be the bigger man. and now you tempting me to come back down. Because, nigga, I got hands too. And I don't give a fuck about your nigga. I just apologize, and you still want to be ignorant. I don't
think
know.
she's just,
I think
it was a
they're
joke?
just joking.
That ain't time to joke. Don't joke with me like that. This ain't no motherfucking, like, and then on the internet, we all know that. We gotta understand. I think
her fans.
bro, one of the biggest drugs
Probably brought him to his knees.
Yo, outside of embarrassment, and I think, again, this is a byproduct of social media. I think, well, outside of social media, which is a byproduct of it, is embarrassment. That's how niggas get killed. That's how so many things get happen because they feel embarrassed. So it's like, bro, you ain't had to do all that, bro. Like, you see, I'm trying to be the bigger man, and you still want to talk about these hand shit. Now I feel obligated to be like.
But he the one that brought the hands up, though. He the one said, tell your husband to come see me. He said it.
Mm-hmm.
So you presented it. What I'm letting you know is, I forgive you, I accept. But if the challenge is, if you still feeling froggy, we ready to leap too. Just an FYI. Like, we off of it. It's no beef. But at the same time.
If you still feeling froggy, huh?
Yeah, because because also it's like.
Is he ready to leap? Do we know this? Have we heard from him yet? Has anybody talked to Kenneth? Does Kenneth
No, she brought
have
it
a
up.
say?
What
It
she
wasn't
say?
him.
I could have sworn he said.
She brought it up. She said, I'm so happy you brought this up. I'll give you, or she said, I'm so happy that you brought this up. I'll give you $10 million in cash if you come fight him. Since I think he brought up his past. He didn't bring up fighting him.
No, she brought up the fact that he domestically assaulted his mother or something like that. He said, I never hit my mom or something, and I think he responded and said something like, well, tell your husband or something. Like,
He said, say bitch, I didn't go to jail or
First of all,
touch
say
my
bitch is
mama.
crazy.
Say bitch, I didn't go to jail or touch my mama. I was defending myself. I removed her nails from my skin. Folks know I was dealing with some corrupt shit in Dallas. I don't get how you can even be on the internet with your husband being a sex offender. You said we are speaking facts. Weird hoe, come on. He ain't say nothing about fighting her.
and what she say in response to that?
She said, I'm so happy you brought this up. I'll give you $10 million in cash if you could come fight him since you beat your own mom. That's what she said.
Oh.
And she started the
Anybody
whole thing. Like, literally, she started the whole, I'm looking at the series of events. She started the whole shit. Because Jerry Jones mentioned him. He mentioned Jerry Jones, that she was like, yo, I guess Rock Nation responded. Then she was talking, because her beef was with Rock Nation.
He's a Rock Nation. He used to be signing them. Rock Nation Sports.
I think they managed him.
Because that was the
Yeah,
whole
they managed
point. Like, Jerry was talking about how Rock Nation was managing him and how they was trying to sign him or whatever, and they went MIA. Rock Nation put out a statement like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj was going on this whole Rock Nation thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, she started this whole thing. So now when I apologize, being the bigger man,
Okay.
you still go back to the hands.
Dang, Nicki. I didn't
Nicki
realize
Minaj is losing her marbles, bro. You're like, bro, like, you gotta understand, you know how hard it is. You know how hard it is to see this from somebody that, like, you put on, like, a high regard. Nicki Minaj is one of the most talented women out here, bro.
She is.
Like, she really broke barriers for women in hip hop, bro. I don't care what nobody try to say. I ain't about to say no other names. Nicki Minaj did that.
Mm-hmm.
So to see her, like, kind of, like, losing it now is, like, hurtful almost. Because, like, bro, y'all can joke all y'all, I don't care. I listened to, what was the first product? The Pink Print or something like that? The Pink album?
I'll look it up.
I knew that album from top to bottom, bro. And as a woman, I never rap no woman lyrics. Like that, like, Nicki Minaj is one of my favorite rappers. Like, not even just man, woman, like, she's one of my favorite rappers. So to see this is like, bro, what are you doing, Nicki? Like, we love you, bro. You don't have to lash out like this.
I think
Pink Friday.
Pink Friday.
I think that
That had Roman Reigns and shit on there?
nah.
No? Or like I Fly with the Stars. Yeah, like that was
That's
one of the
her
best.
first album?
Bro, that was one of the best projects, period. Not even just a woman album.
That was her debut studio.
Bro, that was one of the best
crazy.
albums ever, bro. Like,
she was so big before that even came
She
out.
was,
November
but that was,
2010.
bro.
Yeah, but her
But that was
studio
the,
album.
But that's what
Okay,
made it.
I'm like,
but
that's not
what
her
made-
first project.
But that's what
Like-
made it better though, because she was, usually you big, you drop a first album and it's like, It was like she like
She was still
held
mixtape.
the hype. Like
Yeah.
the first, bro, that was one of the best projects.
Moment for Life.
Moment for Life was one of my favorite songs in like general.
I feel like it's so
Super
odd because
bass,
I'm thinking about prior projects because I'm like, to me, the projects prior to, she was rapping her ass off.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm about to say, by this project, I felt like she was very
But it was
pop
her
culture. So it was like,
album.
she wasn't like all the way, like Moment for Life, she's even singing on Moment for Life. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, it's a little different. But I get what you're saying. I feel like this.
It's disheartening for sure. I'm sorry.
I feel like.
Barbs, I know y'all gonna kill me, whatever.
I feel like this, from an outside looking in, I feel like we don't know everything. We don't know the details or the ins and outs of what these people are dealing with. I don't know what Nicki's experience is with X, Y, and Z. And half the time, the other side not even responding. So a lot of times, this is what happens. A lot of people, you look crazy because the other side is not saying anything. And so it's like you talking to yourself. Well, like you talking to a wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to make a nigga look crazy.
And so it's not fair because you're not in an argument. You know, they say when two people are arguing, you don't know which one's the aggressor. You don't know which one's the fool.
Right, because now you don't know who is who.
And so in this space, it's like, it looks like we don't know who the fool is, but then it also looks like you the only person arguing and nobody else is. So then it makes you look like the fool.
But we can't ignore the fact that she's having issues with everybody. Like at some point, we got to be like, yo, it's one common denominator. Like she has issues for the most recent with everyone, bro. It's like, come on, Nicki. Like we want to love you, bro. Like I want to love you.
Well, time out. When you say with everybody, this is my thing, and this is not me being on like a PR place or I'm not at anything. I don't stand anybody. I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
The reality, that's just my reality. I would say there's no celebrity that I'm like over. But for me, I'm a very neutral person because at the end of the day, when I don't know nothing, I don't know nothing. It's okay when you don't know shit, it's okay to sit down and be quiet and say, shut the fuck. Yeah, like, I don't know. And so the reality of it is, I don't know. I don't know what Nicki, her experiences were. I don't know what she's talking about necessarily. A lot of things. And a lot of times when she tweets sometimes, I think because she tweets encryptically, like she puts out little things that only certain people really understand. I guess the Barbs really know her language. That like sometimes it's like, girl, what are you saying? So I can't even get in because I don't know. I'm not even in the club, so I can't even get in. Like I ain't hating outside the club either, because But the reality of it is, like I said, we don't know we don't know everything.
That's true, but what we're not gonna do is right because like I know they can spam whatever. What I'm gonna say is, as somebody that interview people, I understand the power of an audience. So, like, it ain't about understanding what she's saying. Sometimes people have such a big cult following that no matter what they say, wrong or right, they're going to ride for them, right?
That's
valid.
And
they never going to just lie down and be like, no. They going to say whatever she can do something clearly wrong and people still going to ride for her, right? That's one part of it. But the second part of it is, like, yeah, I don't know everything either. But what I will say is, everything don't need to be responded to. This is why people love Beyonce so much. I think one of them. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So many accusations and things been thrown at Beyonce. She stand tall, she bite it. It's cool. It is what it is. You can think what you want. Nicki Minaj is like you. Again, all I'm saying is at some point we gotta step back and say, yo, it's one common denominator, right? Because I don't know all of the situations even. I'm not trying to speak on them because I don't know. But it's like I'm tired as a Nicki fan. I'm tired of seeing Nicki go out like this. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I don't want to continue to see you fighting on you're a superstar, bro.
I'm gonna say you feel like she above it.
Yeah, my point. That's it. Like. Nicki, and again, bro, I'm not trying to seem like a stan or whatever. I'm just a fan. I'm gonna be real. Like, I met Nicki in person. Like, she's the GOAT when it comes to like women rap, bro, in my perspective, bro. Mm-hmm. So to see her like just arguing with, bro, no, you are, act like a superstar. That's it. That's all you're a superstar, act like one. Everything that did you wrong, fuck that, because now it's starting to take away from your legacy, and I don't like that.
Would it help if she actually like sat down and really explained like in depth? Because I feel like I said, a lot of her conversation, a lot of things she says is very encrypted. So I feel like I don't really understand what's happening, to be honest. I don't know.
Come sit down with me. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, because I don't know what the issue is. So that's why I'm like, would it help if she actually like was like, all right, from start to finish, this is what happened. And this is where I am, and this is why I feel, whatever. Like, if that was expressed,
maybe, yeah.
You think it would make a difference?
Oh, yeah.
Because then you might be like, okay, I understand your passion. Like, if you really felt like what she was saying was valid.
Yeah.
I would say, but it might be that you just don't understand it. And realistically, I mean, she also could be wrong. She also could be lying. She could be, you know what I mean? But like I said, when nobody's arguing back, you look like you're talking to a wall. And so it makes you look crazier. And that's,
Yeah, man, I love Nicki, bro. And I don't want to keep seeing her go outside like this.
You just want her to be mysterious and like get off of social media. Like you gotta be on social media.
Same with Kanye. And
I was about to say,
can't nobody say one thing people can't say, I know we don't have that many followers or viewers just yet, but if you go back, I'm consistent. I was the biggest Kanye West fan. I don't fuck with Kanye now. You talk to, like, you doing too much, bro. Like, and who was a bigger Kanye West fan? Like, nobody can say it. I don't fuck with that, bro. Like, bro, I don't know, bro. And I just think, not even that he talked too much, he should be doing the most, coming at people's children. It's like, bro, come on,
I was about to say,
like,
saying somebody
goofy,
talks too
bro.
much from a nigga on a podcast is crazy.
Yeah, not even, it's just like, you goofy. Like, I'm not saying talk to me, you just be wilding, bro. You talking about people's kids. Like, you just doing too much. All this fucking Nazi shit. Like, bro, what is you doing, bro? Like, what is you doing? This Trump shit, like, bro, come on, dog. You wilding. Whatever. But
realistically, though, on that point, do you feel like it's the price of fame?
I don't know, because I never been to that level, so I can't call it.
Before we
To
even do that,
that
I just
level,
want to
though,
say, you always say we're all human.
Yeah, for sure.
So the same way people, this is her human nature. That's his human nature. Like,
Well, I don't
people
like it,
flaw.
so I'm sorry.
I'm about to say, that's the thing. You just don't like it. And granted, majority of people don't like it. There are people, I think it's people in different phases of life, because young people, they like chaos, right? So it's like, she's serving her purpose somehow. He's serving his purpose somehow. And then you also in the light, like, it's propaganda in a way, like.
Nah, man, you right. But we not about to, it's a thin line between, like, human nature and just being wrong, bro. Because, like, we not about to, like, if that was the case, everybody would get off scot-free. Again, I go to the extreme.
Yeah.
Fucking pedophiles out here. They're human. I'm sorry, I go to the extreme. They could be doing what they did because of something happened to them. I'm not trying to hear that.
You're talking
That
about stuff
shit is
that
wrong.
people that cause harm, though. Her talking all this is not causing harm to nobody.
What?
She causing harm to?
How is it not? Not even Nicki. I'm something like Kanye West, right? You saying slavery is a choice. Yeah, it's words. That's causing harm. Like, when you words, power of the tongue is real. Like, like, it has power. So, like, and not even just your tongue. Forget that. Pause. Not even just your words, bro. Your influence, bro. So, like, that's important. And we gotta, like, you can't just be up here with this powerful influence and think it's no, like, it should be no responsibility in that. Yeah. No, bro, you are responsible for your influence, bro. So, like, that's what I don't like about it. Specifically Kanye West. Because I don't think Nicki is doing, like, something that crazy like that. But I do think her emotional, like, the roller coaster of her emotions is just getting the best of her, and I just don't like it on her. So I'm not about to put her and Kanye West in the same box. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying, like, the emotional triggers is like, bro, that don't look good on you. I'm rooting for you. I just don't want to see it coming from you. And she might see it. I don't know. Who knows? And she might cuss me the fuck out, but hopefully she can see the actual, what I'm saying, and not just,
it's from a place of love.
Yeah, but whatever. Fuck it. I know they gonna, I don't give a fuck. Maybe just do it 10,000 views, because shit.
Eat them up, Barbs.
Yeah, like, go ahead. Bring it. Like, shit. They say negativity sells. Oh, shit. Nick, go ahead. You do what you do. Let them go crazy. Hey, sometimes you gotta be
provocative.
Hey,
get the people going.
Is she in a season or is she in a cycle?
I think it's a cycle. And I was just about to say that, bro, because, like, it's been consistent. But I also think it's just like Kanye, the same reason you love him, the same reason why you hate him. Mm-hmm. Because, again, we've seen signs for Kanye doing stuff like that for his entire career. George Bush doesn't like black people. Like, he's when it's in our favor, it's like, all right, Kanye, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, so it's just like, shouldn't win this, it should be Beyonce.
So we've seen it, but it's like, you've already shown the patterns of being outspoken and things of that nature. So that is who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And what I said earlier, we take the things that benefit us, but when it don't benefit us, we throw it out.
Yeah. What else we got? We want to?
We got a lot.
Shador, want to talk about that real quick? Or
real quick before that, how you feel about the BET Awards suspending the Hip Hop Awards
and
the
definitely?
Soul Trains? Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, I don't know. People always had shit to say about it. I really don't have no perspective on it. Maybe you, because you've been a few times. You always going to LA.
Yeah, I didn't know that they suspended it. See, that's the thing. I also be out the loop a little bit, but I didn't know they suspended the Hip Hop Awards. I was going to go.
And the Soul Train Awards. Somebody said it's gentrification.
And the Soul Train Awards?
Yep. They said that's gentrification.
You think it's gentrification?
Somebody was saying that on social media.
I mean, well, they have been bought out by white people.
But people, I thought Tyler Perry had something to do with BET.
No, he was trying to. They didn't sell it to him.
But also, let's be real though. Like, let's not act like niggas ain't been talking shit about the BET Awards for years.
No, the Hip Hop Awards. Not
the BET Awards is still going.
Wait, what's the
Hip Hop Awards? So the Hip Hop Awards is the one that tapes, and then they show it in like October.
Okay, so just
and it's the Soul Train.
My first opinion, very ignorant. Nigga, I didn't even know what the fuck that was anyway. So clearly it ain't that big of a deal.
No, but honestly, I feel like it's the blacker versions of. So like the BET.
What gets more blacker than BET? Oh, hip hop. Like what?
No, but that's what I'm saying though. Like that's why he's saying gentrification, because it's kind of like the BET Awards is like the overarching. You got the acting, you got it's like you got everything. You got acting, you got music, all genres of music. You know, different things that all the categories.
Okay.
And hip hop is solely focused on just hip hop.
Okay.
So you got female hip hop, you got, male hip hop, but it's just the hip hop awards, so it's only based on hip hop. Then you got the Soul Train Awards. He also said Soul Train, so don't get, what Soul Train Awards.
I do.
And that's been around for years.
Facts.
So it's just like, it's taking out the individualism of like the genres, the categories, and it's saying we're not doing it no more. Everything's going under one umbrella.
I mean, what you think?
I mean, I do think that the hip hop awards were something that was pivotal for the culture, right? Soul Train Awards, I didn't really watch that much.
Wait a minute, Soul Train Awards was pivotal first.
It was bigger than the hip hop
awards,
right?
I know. I think they were, but I just didn't watch them like that, so I can't really speak to that, right? We don't know. Yeah. But I just remember, especially, when was 50 years of hip hop?
I think
years
a couple
ago,
months ago. It was
last
just
year?
like 2 years ago.
So to be able to see like the way that they showed up,
that was
for
the hip hop awards.
Yeah.
When they did all of that, all the people came out and everything in
The
that
ciphers and
capacity,
all that, yeah.
for it to be just move in that direction, I guess it was just like, damn, like we hit this trend and now it's over with. But then also, one thing that we got to talk about is from a business standpoint, we don't know what the viewership look like.
That's
so
true.
if it's from a place where it's like, okay, these award shows cost money.
True.
You got to pay the production teams, you got to pay talent sometimes to perform and things of that nature. So if the viewership is down, and it's like literally something coming from a position of like, it's bad for business. I think as our community, we have to understand that where our support doesn't go, there's going to be a consequence. So if you want these things to sustain themselves, all right,
support them.
Sit your ass down and watch the show. You know what I'm saying?
But also, I think that it also becomes a thing of, just like Jay said, I didn't even know what the
I
difference
didn't know the
existed.
difference.
So are they even marketing it? So the reality of it is, yeah, it may be. Because this is the thing. You could do a smaller version. You can scale it back. At one point in time, during 2020, when it was COVID, they did the Hip Hop Awards still. They just did it virtually.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody came in. They did setups. They did stages. Everybody did their rap. They did the awards. They did everything. And it was just for the TV. If it cost so much, because COVID, we couldn't be in person in big, large crowds. So they didn't do it that way. If that's the case, then do it that way. Minimize it where you can create a budget where it benefits you, instead of just eliminating it, but then market it so that put your money in the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like once Black people start succeeding, we get erasure. The minute that Black people start getting great things or we start having success, we get bought out. And I think that that's what happens in a lot of ways. Like, and this is just from a personal standpoint, living in DC, right? White people used to be in DC. And then it flipped over and Black people in DC because they were like, oh, Black people coming in, they didn't want a part of it, right? Black people started taking over, started buying property, started living in DC, and it was Chocolate City. Now all of a sudden everybody white coming back, and now they overpricing everything, and now you skyrocketing the price, and Black people can't afford to stay.
But also, do we take care of our stuff though? Right? I'm not trying to be on here and not be pro-Black. I love my people.
No,
but I think I
sure.
seen somebody the other day
Being
like,
pro-Black is also being accountable.
I feel like people talk about gentrification and things like this. It's like, bro, are you investing in your home where you are, right? I look at it like capitalism cares about money, right? So when you invest in things or you make it a necessity, the neighborhood will show. For example, in Atlanta, what is it, 14th and Piedmont or something like that?
I think so.
It's like, that's where like the gay community is, right? I would only assume that it was so many...
10th and Piedmont? Or whatever.
Yeah, it's 10th. Something like that crosswalk with the rainbow.
Yeah, I would assume that they showed up so much that they made it inevitable for them to make a space for them. I don't think we show up in spaces where we make it inevitable to create spaces for us. I think somebody's talking about like, yo, they creating these bike lanes. What you think they doing it? They doing it for white people because they ride bikes. But if we were doing something so much so, whereas though it was inevitable, I think our space, it would be needed and it would create it for us. Like, that's just what I'm assuming. And again, I don't know too much about it, but look at Black History, right? Black History Month. It was a week at first, Negro Achievement Week. And then it became an entire month, right? Because we showed up and we advocated for it. I feel like so many times we don't show up and then we complain when we don't have representation, but we're not stepping up to represent ourselves. That's how I look at it. But again, I know it's bigger than that. It might be deeper than that, but that's from my perspective from now.
Again, remember when I said life is about balance, right? And so with that, I feel like that's the double-edged sword because the system is still set up for that, though. Like, I think that, realistically, societal, there is a setup for give them a little bit and make them think they cool, and we take it from them. Unfortunately, I think that is the reality of a lot of things. So when you say we don't show up, yes, we don't. But a lot of it, remember we talked about proximity earlier, right? We don't know that you have to. When you're surrounded, when they create a project, I'm going to tell you, I almost fell into it because I thought, that's a good deal. I was like, it's a new neighborhood. It's a good deal. My father said, girl, that's the project. It's about to be, that's how this starts. It's how the system starts it. They make you think like, yeah, this is good. It's going to be ran down in 2-3 years. I said, you know what? Let me not do that. Just off it, just being advised. I had a friend move there 2-3 years later. I hate it. It's so ghetto. It's the projects. Okay.
But why is it the projects? Not because of them. It's because the people who had access to it didn't take care of it. They didn't show up and make it something greater.
Agree. But even with that, it's also like, that's why they try to have like HOAs, right? Mm-hmm. In certain neighborhoods, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right, it gotta be this way. If it's not this,
it's
a certain standard. And I feel like the same thing could be, in that way, but with that, we don't have, it's not something we're taught. It's like you go into a space, you work so hard and you trying to just be able to afford to live here. I could barely afford to live here. So how am I be afford to maintain it? So it's like, no, I don't clean up. Paper towels cost a lot of money. Clorox costs like half the time, people live, when you in poverty, like you're not thinking about the smaller things, those every little things you do sets up every little things you do. You thinking about, I accomplished this little thing and I'm okay, I'm safe. I'm just looking for safety.
Looking for survival.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that, I guess, what, their fault for? I'm confused.
I mean, I think that to give somebody something and not give them resources for them to be successful, you setting them up for failure.
That's a really good point. Because I remember, you ever seen the show Billions?
No, I heard about it though.
I started
there was one
watching
episode in particular where there's a billionaire and he was talking about, there was like his intern. She was talking about, I would take this money and create sustainable Wi-Fi for people in Africa. And then he broke it down. He was like, okay, so you're going to introduce them to Africa, right? You're going to give them all free Wi-Fi for a year. And then he said, so then what happens after the year? He said, then they go back to their norm because now they're used to using these resources. They don't have the actual infrastructure and everything to sustain this lifestyle. And now you have now created a bigger problem.
Chaos.
Because they're used to a certain lifestyle. They can't have it. And now everybody's mad. And that's something that I think is tough because it's like what you just said. If we give you a resource, but like there's no sustainability behind it. Once you take away, I was always taught this. Once you take away sustainability from a community, they start to begin create an underground economy. And once you create an underground economy, it's free game because there's no structure there. There's no, I'm missing the word, but there's literally nothing, there's no criteria for it. So I think a lot of times what you just said, we are given resources, there are resources and things of that nature, but we're not taught or educated on how to properly utilize these things. There's loopholes that people in the rich have been using for years that we have access to. We just don't know how to use it. Now, that's not necessarily their fault in some capacity, but these things have been withheld for us for so long. That's why, for example, the Earn Your Leisures and those platforms matter because they started to reintroduce those things because they're not new. There's nothing new under the sun. Mm-hmm. Reintroduce those concepts and things of that nature about potentially earning your leisure to our community. But just like Rashad said, you can't save everybody because those that have an ear will hear. There's just some people, we just got to understand, that are not going to get out of that situation, not because they can't, but because it's a mindset
But
thing.
That's my thing when it comes to these communities. Like we have these communities, but we got people with the same mindset messing it up. And then when they come back to take it over to get the people that's going to take care of it, we call it gentrification. And then we upset. So
it's still gentrification.
No, for sure.
Things can exist.
Yeah, but I'm looking at like even when we go back to BET, we have tons of examples of successful Black people. So we can't say that they're selling it because they don't know how.
What, selling BET?
The Hip Hop Awards.
Oh, okay.
Where they're getting rid of it because they don't know how to sustain it because there's examples of it. Look at Tyler Perry, right? So it's like, again, I think that's it comes in to a mindset of laziness and just not wanting to.
That and uninterest, I think also is just the decision makers at Viacom who are responsible for this probably don't look like us. So they may not see the value in it. And it's, again, for them, it's going to be bottom line. Yeah. So it's like, okay, if you put it on a spectrum, because they own MTV too. MTV Awards, BET Awards, whatever other awards they have, right? Because they own Viacom, CBS.
VH1.
CBS, they have like some Grammy sometimes, I think, or the Oscars or whatever airs on CBS. Oh, American Country Music Awards, things of that nature, right? You put them all on a pipeline. It's like, okay, this is what's making us money. Does it make sense for us to keep these two things? So I think it really is a business decision at the end of the day. It sucks. I don't want to look at it that way because...
But people going to make it as a black thing.
Because that's where representation matters because, again, what we need is more people that look like us to be in their spaces to advocate and then understand the targeted marketing so that you can get the viewership.
That makes sense.
That's a different conversation.
And it also comes off as race because the majority of it is all these award shows that aren't going to ever get cut, they're mostly white. The only black one we have is BET Awards, right? So then the other ones we had is the Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards, and they're all on BET though. So it's like BET Awards minor, point 8.1, 8.2 type. You know what I mean?
We have the NAACP Awards.
But the NAACP Awards is not about entertainment.
Okay.
It's not about entertainment. That's like,
go ahead, my bad.
Change. And so with that, it's like, with that many award shows compared to this little bit, it's like the value of it to them. Like if it, like you said, the representation, if we had people in office or people in that space that's like, okay, we see the value in this and this is how we make it better. We want to grow it because culturally it means something. Then yeah, but to them, culturally doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So it's like, I don't have to keep it.
Culture. No, facts.
But even, circling back to what you talked about, like with the laziness, I hear you because I do believe that some people are lazy, and I do think that everybody can't go, right? However, I feel like I said, I can't, if you didn't know anything about finances, people always be like, we need reparations. And they be like, if you give reparations, I ain't gonna do nothing but give it back to them. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but buy this, buy that, buy that. That is true. Because the people who don't know, they don't know. So one thing they trying to, do with the Department of Human Services, right? What they do now, instead of just giving people food stamps, instead of giving them, cash for the month or whatever that looks like, they make you enroll in a class. They trying to, they're like, okay, we got to figure out a way to teach them something that can be beneficial. So when even though this is helping you sustain, but now I need to figure out a way to help you grow. Because a lot of it is, all right, I put you in this place and you sustaining. But I have nothing to help you grow, so you're going to stay right here. So even if the place elevates, you don't qualify to stay here. Because you still sustaining. And now you're not even sustaining because that's not even what's required to sustain in this space.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, I mean, all we can do is see the CEO has gone on. I was just reading this just now. So the CEO, BET CEO Scott Mills said in an interview with Billboard, we have a team that's actively thinking where those award shows might best live as the media climate continues to evolve, but they aren't gone. So we're just going to have to see what happens as the climate changes and evolves.
It's not on TV. It might be.
It might not be. It might be virtual, as you said. So we'll see.
We'll see.
And we got 5 minutes.
Do we might not? Well, let's keep going. What else?
There's just one thing that I really wanted to talk about.
What was it?
It's just one
David
thing.
Justice. Did you hear what he said?
Who was that?
David Justice is Halle Berry's ex-husband.
Oh, I did see that.
He broke up with her because she wasn't being.
He didn't see her as a
girly
mother,
girl.
nurturing.
You saw that?
A girly girl. That's not what he
She
said.
wasn't cooking. She wasn't
He said she
cleaning.
wasn't nurturing. I didn't see her as a mother of my children.
Until I decided to leave her in 1996. I remember Halle saying to me, hey, she asked me to marry her after knowing me for 5 months. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean.
Traditional.
And then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we started having issues. It really wasn't a lot of negative.
So, context. We don't have the full context because it's a clip.
Yeah.
I could go find it. But essentially, David Justice came out talking about his ex-wife, Halle Berry, who he was married to. Said that he didn't see her as a wife, essentially, or a mother of his kids because she didn't do the traditional things.
After they was already married, though.
To me, we always had these conversations of standards. To your point, you can have your standards. No problem with that. Only issue that I have is, one, 20 plus years ago. You know what I'm saying? Why we still talking about this? Two, know your personnel. It's Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? I think she was at the peak in the beginning of her career, and it was clear that she was going to be a go-getter. Three, you brought her into that situation very early, but you brought it up after the fact, like you said. So personally, you can have your standards, but I think also it's just a recognizing. We always talk about how we want people, a woman that like has their own hobbies or their own interests and things of that nature. That might not be the case for everybody else, but also just know outside of her looks, because clearly you said she asked you to marry her. You could have said no. You know what I'm saying? As a man, we have a decision. We choose at the end of the day, contrary to what Wolf says. But, yeah, that was my take initially on what he said. But so I open the floor to y'all.
I mean, I think it goes to the point of not dating for potential. I feel like sometimes we date for potential because I don't want to say he's wrong. I don't know this man. I don't know her. He could be right. I don't know. I think a lot of times we like somebody for what they got going on and who they are to us, but not for what we really like in people.
And what we want, yeah.
And what we want. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you see Halle Berry, she fire, she got this going on. It's like, you know what? I'll put this to the side. I say this all the time. But it's always going to come to the light of what you really want. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, like we got to stop putting things to the side. But stop putting things to the side thinking that people want to change and they don't. I just think that's it. But I feel like we all do that.
We all do
But we
that.
got to stop that shit.
We all do that.
It's easier said than done. We got to stop that shit. Because again, you start liking somebody, you get to putting the... Because I don't want to call it red flags. That's just not fair. But we just start putting things that we don't like to the back burner. I ain't tripping about that. But you going to trip 3 years from now when you come off that high. I ain't tripping about that, man. They going to eventually change. That's just how they are right now.
Somebody shows you who they are.
Though. It's not red flags, it's alignment.
Yeah.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them, bro.
Believe them.
I think
I
that's
also
really
feel
what it
like
boils down to.
He did say that he was young.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only passing grace he getting from me for real. But I think the thing that I don't like the fact that he tried to be like, she asked me to marry her. Nigga, shut up. Y'all got married. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I felt like that was
shit. Nigga, I wish
right. He tried to
stunt
stunt a little bit. Like, she asked me to marry her. You did it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she wore the pants in the relationship. Got it. Like that's.
You see how?
Yeah, because you try to play. You don't.
Is that a deal breaker though? I mean,
don't play on her top. That's all I'm saying.
Is that a deal breaker that a woman is not like cooking and cleaning?
It's what you're looking for at the end of the day. My family always taught me to know how to cook just in case. My dad taught me that at a very young age.
Do you want to though?
I mean, no,
just
I
in
don't
case.
want
You
to.
hear that? Just in case. Just in case.
My dad had to cook. You know what I'm saying? So like, when my mom was in Haiti and stuff like that, my dad cooked every day. You know.
But
what I'm
when
saying?
she was home, did she cook?
They both used to cook. Before my dad had a stroke, some days he would cook, some days she would cook. It's just a matter of how tired the other person was.
So that's
It
not
was a
something
team.
that like you gotta have.
If they know how to cook, I think I want my mom to know how to cook. I do want them to know how to cook. I will cook too, but I want them to know how to cook.
What the fuck are you looking at?
You nigga, I can't look at you.
He's talking.
Yeah, but you was reacting. I'm looking at your reaction.
You scratch your head.
You know
like,
what the crazy thing is? Jay feel guilty as shit, and that's why he keep.
Why?
Guilty about what?
I don't know. It's something internalized in Jay right now that's itching him. That's why his head was scratching.
I ain't mad at him.
No, I think that's definitely a big deal for me. Man, I'm about to sit there and stunt.
Yeah. You want to swap it?
Mm-hmm.
You got another one?
I gotta go upstairs.
Episode over. Podcast.
What? We can go
1%
get
better,
one.
025.
How long we been recording?
2 hours and 17 minutes.
We be out this motherfucker rapping. When somebody show you who they are, bro,
Believe them.
What we naming this episode, y'all?
Believe him. True colors.
Nah, what do you say?
True colors. Proximity matters.
Mm.
Championships.
Nah, what the nigga say?
What?
Oh no, it's cycles or seasons.
Nah. What do you say at the beginning? He post on his story.
Oh, cocked in.
Yo, 1% better. To let people know how to follow y'all. I don't even know if we recording.
Done.
No, we good. Go ahead.
Alexander the Blanc is here.
Janae Music in the building. Ooh.
Mr.
That's
J Hill, 1% better. I don't even know if they got this, but whatever.
Nah, I got it.
It's rap. We out.
Peace.